in my mind, I don't think there's going to be like massive world wars happening again soon, unless it's like over.
All right, so I got a question to start off the pod. I was talking to Andy and Evan about this like, probably a month ago?
Yeah.
Like a month ago when I was back. If a door is open, is it on or off?
He's perplexed. He doesn't even know. He's perplexed right now. You should have seen his face. He was like,
I just wasn't expecting
the door is on.
Okay.
All right. Hold on. We want to hear what Rhodes says.
Don't argue.
So if it's open, is it on or off?
And we're not talking about like the technicalities of the door. We're talking about just the functionality of the door. Just the door being open.
I would say it's
on or off?
on. I would say it's on.
Why?
Because
hold on. Andrew agreed with you guys.
No, I did. Prior to what I thought about. But so I want to hear your reasoning.
I just say on because like I feel like when it's closed, there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? Like it's just closed.
Okay.
Like
Mikey,
what
open,
about you can close it and you can open it.
The door is always on unless it's off the hinges.
Okay. See that? No. You're thinking too far.
You're talking about like the actual door itself. I'm talking about if the door is just open.
Like if the door was a machine, if it's open, is it on or off?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I think open.
It's on.
So open is on.
I still think it's on.
But so wait, then
Just
what's?
Think of an elevator. It's open and it's shut all the time. That doesn't mean it's shut off like power wise.
But a door doesn't have power. There's no electricity to a fucking door.
Of course, you press the door and it opens. That's power right there.
We're talking about an elevator.
I'm talking about like a door you open, like the top of the stairs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
I'm
press it.
saying like if we look in an elevator like that, because that makes sense.
Bro, this point we might as well have just had him on. Like.
Just saying.
Facts.
But okay. So for you, Rhodes, what is your you're saying so the door is when it's closed, it's not functioning. What's the function of a door?
What do you mean?
Like what is the purpose of a door?
So think about it like this, right? This is the way I explained it to Andy. Him and Evan both said
on at first.
But
and then I thought about it more.
Yeah.
Think about it, right? If a door's purpose was to be open to let people in and out, then you just take the door off and it'd be just a door frame. It doesn't.
There'd just be a hole.
The point of putting a door on a door frame is to have the ability to close to keep people from going from in and out. Otherwise, if it was to,
that's true.
If the door was going to be open to let people in and out, you would just take the door off. And it's just a door frame.
That's a good point.
Yeah, like my kitchen to my dining room. Like that's just there's just open space.
That's a good point.
If you put a door on it, the point of it is to close it to have the ability to not let people in and out. Obviously, you also have the ability now with it on.
Yeah, it's kind of like the keep out of my room thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what
so
I mean?
then if the door's open, now that you see that logic, would you say it's on or off?
Did I persuade you enough?
I think that's fair.
So you would say it's off.
I would say yeah, but I can also see it from the other side because then like if it's open, you have the ability to like close it and open it, I guess, more. You know what I mean? Like if it's open like a little bit, you could open it all the way, I guess. You know what I mean?
No.
What?
That kind of makes sense.
Wait, so
like if it's open, like say it's open, but it's not open all the way.
So it's partially open.
You're technically using it if you open it all the way. You know what I mean? That makes sense.
I kind of get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm just so stuck on the hinges part.
Well, see, but yeah, that's the thing is the door hinges are not the door.
That's why you can't ask me this question.
But I do agree. I do agree with that.
Well, it's because you hit your little orange box over there.
I do agree with that though. Like that does make sense.
Because you take the door off the hinges, it's off.
Yes,
Yeah.
but we're not talking about door hinges.
So like I do agree.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I see. That's the way I responded at first.
That's why he answered.
But I'm saying like once you think about the actual function of a door, it's not the door hinges. The door hinges just allow it to open and close.
Yeah.
The door itself is the actual.
The door itself is off when it's open because you want the door. The purpose of the door is to stop. Is to stop people from A, being able to see into the space, and B, to get into the space.
So wouldn't the door be on?
If it's open?
Yeah.
No, because the function of the door is to not let people see
You know what I mean?
what's going on and not let them in.
Yeah,
Because if you didn't, because if you had a door open, if you had a door open and you just didn't have a door at all, it has the same functionality. You're just going in and out of a room.
Yeah.
The point of putting a door on is to have the ability to close it to make sure people can't get in and out. So therefore, if the door is closed, it's on. It's doing its job. If the door is open, it's not really doing its job.
What if you?
People are just going in and out.
What if you had like?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
I
saying?
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I still
But
don't.
You know what I mean?
yeah, it makes sense.
I want to hear what you had to say though. What were you going to combat it with? Because like this is just. It's just a question.
It's just like I'm trying to like use every kind of logic. Like even if you have it a little open, you know what I mean? Because you could technically use it to close it or like open it
I
all
would
the
say-
way. I guess
He kind
I
of
don't
found
know.
he kind of found a loophole in it because if the door is like just barely open, it's technically open,
It's
but people are still not going in and out because it's
Yes.
not closed.
Yeah.
or open.
Yeah,
That's what I was saying.
That's it's
yeah.
it's
Well,
more it's more like that the thing I have over there, the on switch for these lights. That's like a twist
Yeah.
instead of like a switch, so
Yeah.
it can like
You
partially
could-
turn on the lights. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's a spectrum, not just on off switch.
I mean, I definitely agree with that though. Like that does make a lot of sense.
yeah.
That's-
No, that. So
Alright, so
like,
what's your final answer?
I would say
Final answer.
definitely when it's closed, it's being used for sure. I agree.
Okay,
with,
so
I
when
think
it's
that one
open,
makes
it's
more
off.
sense. I think that one makes a lot
So
more
would you
sense.
so would you still, even after all the logic and the reasoning of the whole debate, would you stay with your original answer of saying that
No.
when the door is open it's off?
No. Yeah.
We got him.
Because I guess the other one makes more sense.
Yeah.
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 I would still say.
You still say, huh?
Mike,
But,
you
like,
still
that's
says
not the
on. That's a
functionality of the door,
that's a question for another day.
Another thing, right? If the door is like opening and shutting,
Uh huh.
it has to be on even if it's open because it's the point of a door is not to keep it shut; it's to open a pathway, open and shut. You know.
No, because then you'd have no door.
No, but to be honest,
That makes-
it's fair though. It does have the functionality of both opening and closing.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
thing-
It's not
the
just
thing
for
that
open
makes
and
it-
shut.
That's fair.
So
But
That's fair.
the thing that makes it like
So
usable.
if it's working, if
But
the door hinges are, like right, if it's on.
Stop saying door hinges.
But I'm saying right, if it's on the hinges and it's working to shut and it's also working to open, that means the door's on.
So that means
Because
so
you
there's
know
no
what I mean?
off then. So,
So
there's
it's
no off.
just always on. The door's always working.
The functionality of it is on. Is what I'm
So,
saying.
but there's no off though. So
It's
it's
like-
always on. So it's always on there.
Yes, exactly.
That's a
I mean,
yeah,
it's-
the-
That's
the-
what I'm saying.
it's
Like
decent.
an elevator.
Yeah, yeah.
It's always
Okay.
on.
It's like, yeah.
The
That's
door's
fair.
shut or open.
It's like the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that.
It's like the thing is like if it's open, like you're still using it because
yeah.
you wouldn't have the ability to close it if it wasn't open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
like the other one better. I think that's
Yeah, yeah.
the
Ideally,
Or-
the functionality of the door
Depends
is
on
to
what-
close it,
They're
like
both
so
right.
people can't come in.
Both answers
No, yeah.
are
There's no right answer. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just whatever whatever way you want to look at it.
yeah.
But that's a good way to think about it because I never thought about it like that. Like it's always being on. That's true. That's
All right. So this is another one that I was thinking about, and is that number 7 over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. That's right. I saw that out of the corner of my eye because we have football going on in the background. But so the question is, say you have like a wooden boat, right?
A wooden boat.
Your
okay.
wooden boat that you would just use, right?
Okay.
And you have it for a long time, so you have to use repairs on it, right? And so you end up throughout the years, you don't like completely change every single piece of wood all at once. Just through the years, you change all the pieces of wood. You know what I'm saying? Like through
Right.
minor
Yeah,
repairs.
Yeah.
So once every single piece of wood has been replaced, like is that a new boat, or is it the same boat that you just repaired? It's like is it because it has none of the same wood
So,
that was in the boat
can I
originally.
ask a question? Is the seat still there?
We're saying the seats you bring in, like it's basically you replace everything that was on the boat, but you didn't change it all at once. You changed slowly over
Yeah,
time.
yeah, it's
So is it still the same boat, or is it a whole brand new boat?
I would say it's a new boat.
Because then there was parts of the boat that got used with other old parts of the boat. You see what I'm saying?
So there's still parts of the old boat.
No. Now they're all changed,
All right.
but they didn't all get changed at the same time.
Yeah.
So-
it's different parts.
So what about you? Would you say it's a new boat, or it is just a boat that has been repaired multiple times?
Well, I mean both.
You mean like there's not a single thing on the boat that's from
Not
the
a single thing that was
It's a new
from.
boat.
It's a new boat. What about you?
It's a new boat.
I don't know.
However, I understand why people could potentially argue that it's.
I kind of
Yeah, you
I know,
say
but
it's
I-
not brand new. 'Cause it's
yeah.
different parts from different.
But to me, it's a new boat because there's not a single thing. Like even if there was like 1 or 2 pieces that were still from the original boat, I wouldn't consider it.
So like, if you were to sell this boat, could you sell it as a new boat?
What is your definition of new?
Not
Like
like
just
a
like
brand
a,
new.
yeah,
Like-
not like
like
that.
new
But
one.
like,
Well, yeah, I guess
No.
it would not be brand new straight out of the box type shit. Yeah.
Because no matter what, say you replace that first piece, right? By the time you actually get to replacing the whole boat, those first few pieces are going to be now old. So
Yeah.
you can't sell it as a new boat,
Yeah.
but it's still a new boat because it's not the original boat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
the way I. Think
that's the
about
way I was looking at it. But I was like, it was just a question I saw that I was like, okay.
Interesting.
I actually don't hate that.
I mean,
question.
it technically is a new boat because there's nothing from the original, so it's completely different. But at the same time, it's not like a new boat. You know what I mean? Like it's not like completely different. It's the same one, just
It's just
repaired.
been fixed.
yeah,
But the whole
You know,
thing has been repaired though.
yeah.
So therefore, it's not even the original unit.
It's not the original.
like having
That's
a car.
true, but
and completely renovating the whole fucking thing. Like, it's not even the same color. It's not even the same brand. Like, it's just a whole
But
new
like,
car.
if you change your whole car though, is it a new car though? You know
Not
what I
a
mean?
new car.
It's new in the sense where you can't go buy it anywhere else. You just made that because it's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like different pieces, like all different pieces on the boat from like other boats or whatever. So it itself is new and it's like a one of a kind. So it has to be new because it was just made. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
It's definitely one
I
of a
agree.
kind.
I agree that it is a new boat because it had none of the original pieces, but
That's
But I see
fair.
what you're
something
saying,
that I
too.
saw.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm just trying to like look at the other side.
Yeah.
It's
Alright,
kind of
so
hard.
Would you say your final answer is that it's not a new boat?
Yeah.
If you change one piece on it, it's a new boat.
I disagree.
I agree.
What? You
I
think
say
if you
that
change one piece, it's a new
No.
boat?
It's not
No
the
way.
same boat as it was before. So it's a new.
So if you replace your shoelaces, you have new
not
shoes?
back where it's like, oh, it's a brand new boat, but it's like new to you. Is what I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying? So if you Mikey, you're saying right now that if you say your shoes don't have laces now, but you have a brand new pair of shoes and then you wear them for a while, you get new laces, so they're new shoes.
No.
So then you're just negating your own logic.
That's a different logic.
It's because there's still.
What?
That logic doesn't concur with what you just said.
You just said if you replace any part of the boat, it is a new boat.
Yeah, 'cause
If you replace any part of your shoes, then they would be new shoes.
no, that makes no sense.
So you just get to pick and choose what gets new and not when you change something
when
on
it comes
it.
to like parts for a boat that actually make up a boat.
Okay, so for a car.
Shoe is the base.
Bro, he needs to just sit here and be on. Like,
Yeah.
we're talking more to you than we're talking to Rhodes. Like,
I'm just saying.
Wait, you could use the logic for like a stadium. You know what I mean? Like,
Here's the thing, too, though. Sorry to cut you off.
yeah.
You said
let me cut you off real quick. In the comments, if we get enough comments and likes, Mikey's coming back on the pod, and we need. What's the number of likes? What's the number of likes for this to get for you to come back on? It has to be reasonable, like, because we don't get like millions of views. Like,
69.
500,000.
all right, get the hell out of here.
Bro,
Like,
69.
actually within reason. Like, if we get 50 likes on this, you come back on.
All right, 69 to be exact.
60, no, 50. Do 50. Because with the highest we've ever got is 24. So we have to double our highest amount of likes. So 50
All
likes and Mikey comes back on the pod and stops being a little
All right,
bitch.
let's get it done. But back what I was saying. So your logic for the reason why a brand or fixing one part of the boat would be a new boat is because that it's a part that needs to make the boat run. Basically, is what you're saying.
Yes, that's what he said.
That's what you
What
said.
makes a boat is all the parts.
Okay. So if pair of
Not for
shoes. So
shoes,
a
that's
pair.
why I was saying-
But if you have a pair of shoes, if laces weren't needed to wear the shoes, then laces wouldn't have been put on the shoes originally. It's the same thing.
No,
Yes.
no. I have another one. Ready? For a car, you have a car, right? You have to replace your tires after a certain amount of time. You get new tires. Is that a new car?
No.
What? So how does that make sense? Because you need the tires for the car to function. But you need the tires for the car to function, like you just said.
They're not. It's not like a part though. Like a mechanical.
You're not gonna drive a car without wheels.
It's not a mechanical part. Like every single part.
So you get a new engine, it's a new car?
Damn near, yeah, almost. Kinda.
So if we're talking about
Kinda.
Bro.
is.
okay, wait, hold on,
Bro.
let me break this down a little bit.
Bro,
So for
bro.
example, right, we talk about the original question of it being a wooden boat, right? If you change one piece of wood on the boat, you're trying to tell me that's a new boat. But if you change all
And
four
in the
tires on a
sense
fucking
where-
car, it's not
yeah.
a new car.
How is it not a new boat? It's not the same boat as it was before.
If you take off four tires of the whole fucking car and change them out and put new four tires on, it's definitely a different car.
Okay. You're using like this. You can't use the same logic for everything.
All right, let's focus back onto the guest that actually decided to come on today. Because Mikey, if you guys, this is the reason why Mikey doesn't come on, because we gang up against him, he feels like, because he comes up with the most outlandish things you've ever heard in your life.
Outlandish. Y'all are just
You're being kind of
All right, all
outlandish.
right. Yeah,
But,
what is your opinion on that whole situation?
yeah.
What would you say?
I'd say if it's completely like stripped and
No, with what Mikey said.
Oh no.
Like if you change one piece of wood on the boat, it's a new boat.
no.
Yeah, thank
that's
you.
Not true.
All right.
And I'm not saying like brand new, like you go get at a store. Like I'm saying like it's never been that before. That boat.
Okay, but I wouldn't say it's a new
It's not
boat.
the it's not the same.
It's a
boat.
repaired boat, not a new boat.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
both.
it's repaired.
You repaired it and it's new now.
No, I don't think that's the same thing. But anyways, all right, we're gonna change this one because I have another one. So you know how like with Christmas and stuff, if you're bad, like it's you get coal for Christmas.
Yeah.
Say you're bad all year, but you want coal for Christmas. Do you get coal for Christmas?
That's a good one.
Because you're bad.
That's a good one.
Dude, that's fucking
That's a
horrible.
So like, do you just get nothing, or is it's like if you get extra coal, or you get more coal than you wanted, or not as much as you wanted.
You want coal for Christmas?
Like you want coal for
Crazy.
Christmas because you want a charcoal on your grill or something.
You're a fucking demon if you enjoy
Yeah.
coal.
You are a demon if you want coal.
But like, think about it. You're bad all year and you want coal. Do you get coal? Because it's on your Christmas list. Because I have an answer to this.
Well, there's something that somebody doesn't like. You just give them that.
Yeah,
Whatever they don't like.
Yeah.
Nah, you still get coal. It's just written in stone. You're bad, you get coal.
Yeah, but who
You
made
just
that
get
up?
if you just want coal, you don't have to be good.
Nah.
I say you give them whatever they don't like, because everybody doesn't like something.
So then hold on now. So now you're saying if you just want coal, so you'd be bad, so you get like a fucking new truck or something.
No,
you get something
that's not
that
what I'm saying. I'm saying you're getting something they don't like.
Well, first of all, who the fuck wouldn't want a new truck? So
Exactly.
No, I know, but they could be like, I want coal. I don't want a new pair of shoes or something. Like they could say, I don't want something that they like other people would want. Because like you just said, who wants coal? This person wants coal.
Well, you could play reverse psychology and obviously say you don't want something and then play
Well,
that
no.
out.
But we're saying like this person actually wants coal and they don't want a new pair of shoes. Like they're like, fuck that.
Something they don't like.
Yeah.
So they get a new pair of shoes?
Yeah, because to them as a human being, to them personally,
No, because they might want that.
No, but they don't want
we're
that. They
saying
just want coal.
But you're getting something they like do not like at all.
Like for
That's what I'm
example, like
saying.
say they fucking,
Like a bag of shit.
Yeah. Fuck it. They don't like shit.
So that
Also,
Mikey-
bro.
Mikey take a shit in a bag, tie it
Bro,
up,
have
Yeah.
you guys seen that the internet thing? There's this internet like website where you can go. Caroline was gonna do it to people that she didn't like. You can buy a bag of shit from any animal you want and get it delivered to someone's
That's
front porch.
That was crazy.
Would you do that to
You
someone?
gotta really hate
Would you
somebody
do that
to
to
do
someone?
that.
Nah.
No, because I'm wasting my money.
Yeah.
I'll take my own shit, bro.
I'm
and send
literally,
it
but
to
yes,
them.
I
Like,
would rather
come
go
on.
shit in a bucket and then just.
But you
Walk
wouldn't
my
think it would be
ass over.
hilarious to just be like, yo,
Oh,
fuck
that-
it. I'm sending Mikey a giant ass elephant turd.
That would be even funnier if I took my own shit
Yeah.
in a bucket and walked to my
Because then they're consuming like your fucking shit.
Bro, that's
Oh,
crazy.
they're consuming?
With their
Wait a minute. What is happening here? Wait a damn minute. Rhodes gets a bag of shit in his porch. He's eating it.
I didn't mean it like that. I meant like they're consuming like the air. You know what I mean? Like the smell.
Sniffing in the shit
Yeah.
He's
That's
getting
what I
the
meant.
aroma.
That's funny though.
That's crazy.
Imagine eating it. Oh hell no.
Oh my god.
That's diabolical. That's how you get back at them. Like if you're just that fucking crazy.
You're just like,
you
oh
just
yeah,
eat-
you sent me shit.
you just
I'm eating it.
Yeah, you just eat that shit.
And then you die
Literally.
because that's really dangerous.
Yeah, you
Unless the person's like really healthy, but even then, I probably still.
Yeah, I don't know about him. Chipotle.
All right, ready?
Chick-fil-A.
So say
My
say
shoes are
this, say this, right?
Yeah.
You're on like you're stranded. All you have to eat is shit, and it's guaranteed to prolong your life. Like if you don't eat it, you're gonna die. But if you do eat it, you won't like die from it.
Well,
Would you eat the shit?
What are the parameters of it? What I mean by is like, am I stranded on an island and I eat the shit? I'm going back to my normal life here. Or am I? No matter what, I eat the shit. I'm still alive, but I'm still stuck on the island, and there's no reproduction. Like at that point, I don't
No,
give a fuck. I'll just call it.
Okay,
See you
no,
later.
you're living your
That's
life.
what I'm saying,
You're living your life here.
You said stranded
But
on
someone,
an island.
no, okay, no. Now I change it. So you're living your life here. Someone's holding a gun to your head, and they're like, you have to eat the shit to survive, and you're not gonna get like you won't die from eating the shit. Because in real life, you probably would.
Who's it from? 'Cause
Um,
that matters.
Foo.
Oh,
Oh, that's crazy,
Oh.
dude.
Am I like where like me like right now? So I'm like 23. Like,
Yeah. You right now,
Yeah, I'll eat it.
you're eating it,
I'll eat it.
no matter what he ate.
You calling it?
No, but like.
I know. No, that's what.
Yeah.
Rhodes, would you eat it? Would
No,
you
I'm
eat
with
it?
Mikey. I'm like Mikey right now.
You're
Like,
calling it though?
no, I'm not calling it, but like, dude, I'm just
I was
can't
about
even.
to say,
So you're
I'm
gonna sit
not-
there and debate for a minute? You're not just like, all right, give me
No,
that.
no, because I would be different if I had a gun to my head. Of course, I'm gonna be like,
So you're gonna say,
Doing
but
it.
no, you have the gun to your head. So
Yeah.
are you
I
doing
have
it?
no choice. I had to. But like,
Well, you do have a
thinking-
choice. You cannot eat it and die.
I'm not. Well, I'm not. I don't want to die. So.
Hey,
All right, so
20
what's-
20 mils on the line? I would eat shit for 20 mil.
Yeah, me too. No, me too. for sure.
Actual shit though, like
Yeah.
like you're just like so you might die from that though.
Oh.
Like you can die from eating shit.
I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to take that risk.
So now when he actually thinks about it, he changes his mind.
well, if,
But
if
okay,
you're putting
okay.
it like that.
So is there like a form of shit that would be the worst one to eat?
Yeah, Mikey's.
Oh, no, like a form, like you have like diarrhea.
yeah, I think that.
When it's like you're constipated and it's like little pebbles, or it's like a clean log
I
that
think I'd
comes
rather
out
eat a.
one smooth
I'd
stroke.
rather eat a log. which is
And
classy
everyone
to
knows
say.
that the smooth stroke, that's your
Pause.
healthiest shit. That's when you're at your
Yeah,
healthiest.
the-
Like, that's
yeah,
the
I say
ideal.
log, bro.
So is that
The diarrhea is the worst.
Yeah. I don't
really?
like
You think
that.
diarrhea is the
For me,
worst?
bro.
I don't like that either. I think log is easier because then you don't like have to bite into it multiple
So the
times.
pebbles are the
swallow
best,
whole-
you
can
said.
swallow a whole.
You swallow the whole. Pause.
Pause. Yo, pause.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
a
This
interesting
is some degenerate.
start.
This is some degenerate stuff. All right,
Yeah.
so we'll go more. This is another question I had. So this is gonna go more to like professional. So say you became president of the United States today, and you could make one thing. First thing you could make into a law, and like we're negating the fact that you'd have to go through like the Senate and the House of Representatives and all that. You as the president can make one law. First law you get to make. No one can say no. What's the law you're making?
Oof.
Because it could be anything.
It's a tough question.
It could be like everyone has to give me like $5.
I'm not gonna do that. That's
Well, I
like-
know, but I'm saying like it could benefit you, or you could be selfless and benefit the United States or the world. I mean, I don't know what you would do to benefit the world, but
I don't know what law I would make, but
Well, like anything could be considered a law. Like
yeah,
everyone giving you $5 could be a quote unquote law for this
yeah,
question.
yeah.
I
So
would say
anything.
like equal opportunity for everybody.
How would
like,
you make that happen?
I don't know how you would make that
That's already a
happen.
law.
Like that's
Yeah, but
ideally
that's
a law.
not a real thing. Like it's not true. That doesn't. That's
What
not,
is a law though?
Well, it's like, but we're saying you have to make it a law. Like you can't just like change the world. Like it's a law that you have to
Yeah,
make, like a
that's how-
rule.
That's
Because
what
for
I like.
Because
example-
obviously it'd be like end world hunger, but like that's not a law. That's just
Yeah.
like a goal.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like for example, equal opportunity has already been a law, even though it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's still a law that we're supposed to be abiding, but
It's just you can't.
as we all know, it's not
An
it's not-
effective. That's how I was
yeah.
trying to like an effective law.
It's
but-
impossible.
Yeah, it is.
I
Impossible.
agree with you. The goal for sure. It's just
I don't know, bro. I don't really know. I don't know what law I would want to make. I have no idea.
Because I have one.
All right, give me some
This
ideas.
this is some goofy stuff though, because it's just something that bothers me.
Yeah.
When you change the toilet paper
Oh,
on the toilet paper roll, you
right.
have to replace it back on the fucking cylinder thing that it goes on. You don't.
Nobody
just get to
does
leave
that.
It. No, my family and the people I live with, they'll change it and just leave it on top of it or next to it. I'm like, you couldn't have taken the extra 3 seconds to remove the old roll
I've never done
and
that.
then not
Yeah,
put it back
talk
in
your
the
shit,
cylinder.
talk your
I'm
shit.
like, what is wrong with you? Like, take the extra 3 seconds, take off the old roll, so then you can like grab it rather than having to hold it in your hand and spin it around in your hand. Like, I'd make something like that a law because it's easy.
That's just been on your mind, huh?
It's been on my mind.
Where Andrew's evil arc started.
Yeah,
So that's a law I would make.
that's pretty funny, bro. I
That's-
actually didn't know people didn't do that.
No, I didn't either until I lived with my dad and my sister and then my roommates in Portland. Like, it's like little, like, I don't get mad at big stuff, but little stuff like that just annoys me.
Yeah.
I feel you.
All right, so Scott, what about you? What's your law?
Well, you did a funny route.
Yeah.
I was looking thinking of like not a
Me
serious
too.
one, but
Me
like
too. I was like,
I'll come up with a serious one, will you guys?
that was a good one though. I like that.
Because it's tough.
I want to say some type of law to bring the economy back to where it was. I know it's very generalistic, but like,
yeah.
I feel like that's another goal, though.
But
Or are you saying like there's a law like
no,
your
no, no,
prices
no.
have to go back to the way they
I'm
were in
just
like
saying-
2017?
No, I don't have an idea yet. I'm
That's
saying
so
I
tough
would
to
want
do.
some type of law to combat the economy issues we have to get it back to where it was.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's
'Cause,
what I
like,
was
bro,
saying.
In today's economy, unless you're
In
a
this
doctor,
economy,
unless you're a doctor, a lawyer, or something that pays like really well, you can't live off a single income
Athlete.
anymore, man. Like you have to have
Yeah.
a two income household, and you're still struggling, you know.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty bad.
So I would
it's rugged.
try to, like I said, I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know
Think
what
on it.
either.
I'll think
Actually, I have a real law that I would do, but this is more. This is not. This would be in the United States only. But like, I wish this was a worldwide law. You can only have 2 children at a time. Like when you're living, you can only have 2 children because the world is getting overpopulated, and so it's 2 children. So you and your partner. This is ideal if you and your partner are together. You get 2 children. But if you separate and then go to somebody else, you still only get, like, say you and the first person you with have a child.
Yeah.
Then you, the father or mother, can only then have one other child.
Okay.
So you
So you
can
get
only have 2 children at
For
a
your
time.
lifetime.
I understand that.
Because the world is getting overpopulated quick, and people talk about climate change and shit, and they don't talk enough about how the overpopulation is one of the hugest reasons why climate change is where it is, because there's so much more oil and gasoline and transportation and just things that need to be transported because of the amount of people that are on the planet. So I would say that would be my real rule. That would be my real rule.
I think that's a interesting one. I think that's an interesting.
The government's got me covered. What do you mean? They'd actually enforce it?
You just got your COVID shot.
Yeah. Well, that was for school. I didn't want to get it done.
No, he's saying they're trying to kill you.
Oh, how does that?
Oh.
By a certain age. Yeah.
I have
Okay.
a couple things
Yeah,
to
yeah.
say
See,
about
again, that's something where Mikey's just like outlandish.
I will say though.
I mean, bro.
Well, no,
there's
no,
more
no.
people that are smart that believe in that shit that are like that don't.
I will say we're gonna. So obviously, like, we're gonna talk about my experience in Norway in a little bit.
Yeah.
Or bring that back up because we used to argue with this dude like a motherfucker. I will say my perspective of being there might have shifted more towards agreeing with you about the conspiracy shit that you have.
For what though?
Like that, like
Like
America trying to kill us, like not even. We joke around before about like the foods like trying to poison us and shit. I'm talking about.
No,
like,
I wasn't
I'm talking
joking.
about,
That's
killing
serious.
us. I'm talking about like killing us, though, not like.
Bro,
Okay.
everything in
Just
the
making us sick.
supermarket is, like,
Bro.
made bad.
When we get back onto the topic, when I explain, yes, but yes.
Okay.
Bro, I was gonna say about the kid thing. Is it like 2 kids at a time living in your household? 'Cause,
No,
like,
no,
what
no.
if you have an older
Two
one?
kids done.
Like, what if you have a? Okay, so
Because then you put
Two
a
kids
limit on
done.
the population control. Yeah.
I think I get that, but I think personally, I think you could have as many as you want as long as you're able to actually have a stable household. You know what I mean? Because
Well,
a lot
I'm
of people
saying,
have
I'm
kids
saying
just
for the health of
have
the
them.
world. Like
I get that.
obviously
I get
for
that.
like actual people, like you shouldn't be having kids if you can't support them. I agree with that. Like if you
Yeah.
can't support a child, don't have a child.
No, I agree with that.
But okay, so what rule would you make? Have you came up with any kind of rule that you could think
I
of?
mean, there's already kind of one like, it's already like you know, well, it's not a law, but it's like in flux of like if you can have an abortion and all that stuff.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that should just be done with like
No abortions.
no, you can have an abortion.
Okay. I was like, Road's about to have all the ladies in the comments. All two
no,
of them.
no.
Come and have
I
one.
support that. Like I think you should have freedom of choice, bro.
Okay,
like
so
100%.
you would return. So you as president would turn back to
I don't
Roe
even
v.
think
Wade,
that-
so that way you can have abortion.
I don't
anywhere
even
in
think
the
that should be
United
a
States.
debate, bro.
Okay.
Because like that's their choice. You know what I mean? And sometimes
I don't.
and
Disagree with
sometimes like in severe cases like rape, like
Yeah.
that's not their choice.
Yeah.
You know
But
what
then
I mean?
the other side
But
goes
the
into
other
the
side
other
goes,
severe
if you-
cases
if
where
you
it's
are
like
just
you're
being
about to have a child.
And you're being stupid, like if you're 16, you decide to have sex without a condom on,
Yeah.
and you're just not ready to have a kid, you have the right to kill the kid.
Unfortunately, I would say yeah.
I don't know, man. That's
I would
crazy.
say yeah.
Because
unfortunately.
that's the biggest thing that comes up with what you're talking about when like people are like, can you kill a kid or not? Is when is it a kid? Like first trimester, second trimester, right as it's like as soon as sperm goes egg, that's a life. Like
I think maybe
so that's
you
the
could-
hard, that's where it's hard.
I think there's maybe a timetable where you could like.
So would you
make
make
that
it an
choice.
arbitrary timetable, like based on a certain amount of days, or
Yeah,
you
I
like
would
a
say,
doctor
like-
has to go and look at this developmental state of the child, and when they're at this developmental state, abortion's no longer allowed.
Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, like a
Okay.
certain time. You know, like when you find out, I would say there's a certain time period where you got to decide if you're gonna have it or not.
Yeah.
I know it's hard for like a kid to do that, but I'd say,
Yeah.
and then if you say you want to have it, then that's your choice, and then you can't go back. So I say like something like that.
All right. Yeah. No, that's an actual law.
But
That is
definitely-
very relevant.
But definitely like choice, 100% should be a thing. I don't even know why that's not. Like
it's religion.
I get that, but
It's a lot of religions are against abortion because of the idea that
no,
God is creating.
I understand
life.
that, but
You're not allowed to
in
do that.
America, not everybody is tied to a religion, so
Well, I'm
everybody
saying, but
needs
that's
to
where
have-
like the idea comes from that like it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's tied from religion. It's not just like people are like.
Jason, I feel like
I get that.
people will be judged for that, like after, by when they're like.
So you're saying that you would want abortions to not be allowed?
In a way, yeah.
All right. Well,
Mhm.
we're not going to have you talk any further because we don't want you to get destroyed by people that watch this and won't like you anymore.
No, it's a reasonable.
But no,
thing.
I don't say that your opinion's wrong. Like
agree with
I
Rose
don't
where
agree
it's
with
like,
it, but I don't.
Yeah, if you get like raped or something, that's
For sure.
That's where it should be
Yeah.
allowed.
Yeah. Situational.
Yeah,
So we're gonna defend Mikey here for a little bit. He's not saying all because I don't know how well you guys can hear him.
No.
So Don't come at him in the comments or on Instagram or whatever saying he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit for other reasons, but. All right,
But like
so
you got to look at it from the other side too. It's not like he's fucking just defending that side. That's not what he's saying.
Yeah, no. I know. I'm just saying I don't know how they can hear him.
Oh. Yeah.
But all right, so Scott, what's your rule? Because we've had 2 real rules now, so now we got to hear yours.
I would say having some type of way to match up rent with income, because I feel like.
That's actually
And
valid.
the reason why I say that is
That's a
because
very good one.
you have yes, inflation is a real thing. I'm not saying prices will always be stagnant and be lower like it was, because no matter what, the more people we have, the more shit's gonna be expensive because the less we have of it. No matter, it's just simple supply and demand.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying at all. That inflation's is just gonna happen with the population and the way the world is growing, right?
100%.
But at the same time, though, the way inflation is growing in comparison to housing rates is like 300% higher.
The housing, because I'll tell you the real reason is there's a company called like Blackstone that artificially buys houses around the world. They're like a $1 billion trillion company. They buy houses and resell them for more than they buy them for, but they're such a massive company that they can buy so many houses in a neighborhood, and they artificially raise the prices of the other houses that they didn't buy. Because so many houses in the area are now this price, that the other houses that weren't bought by them can raise their prices to that price because the other houses around them are that price.
It makes sense.
Like, I feel like if I buy a house for $300,000,
right,
and I go to sell it in 10 years, say inflation is up 10%, I shouldn't be allowed to price gouge my house based on what I know I can get from people. I should only be allowed to go 10% higher than what I bought it for, because that's the percentage.
Okay, so you're
inflation going higher.
So you're not talking now. You're talking more about like, because your rule was like your income determines your rent, but now you're saying the inflation of the economy is what determines. Okay. Because I was like, the way you were talking about it brings up questions, because then it's only certain people can buy a certain house. Because
I said
That's equality.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about equity.
You know what I'm saying? Though, like, I shouldn't be able to buy a house. I mean, obviously, yes, it works for you as the individual, right? If I go to buy, if I can afford a $300 house, and I go to sell it in 10 years, and I can make $600 off, that's great for me individually. I just don't.
It doesn't help.
You're not losing any. If I go to sell it for 10% higher, I'm still getting all the hard-earned money I put into the house by buying it and whatever I did to fix it.
Yep.
Now, obviously, there's certain circumstances. Yes, if I go and buy a shitty house for $300,000 and I completely remodel it and I completely redo all these things to it,
that makes sense.
Yes, I'm going to get more than 10% higher than inflation because I put so much money into it. It should be so.
So what would you do in that circumstance, though?
So if I put,
how would you evaluate what the house would be worth now?
However much I put in terms of equity into it. So if I bought it for $300,000 and I put another $150 into it to remodel it, my total price, the amount of money I put in the house is $450.
So would you sell it for
10% of the
everything you put into it, or would you want more?
10% extra of the $450.
10% extra.
If in this situation hypothetically inflation was 10%.
So but then you're saying, so what you're saying is that the exact amount of money you put into the house is the exact amount of value it adds to the house?
No.
Because that's what you just said.
Well, yeah, if I put $150 into it, then it would add to the $300 of the original purchase of the house.
So what you're saying is the amount of money you spend, you think, is directly related to, like, because like say you put in a pool for $10,000, now the house is only worth $10,000 more. Where like with a pool, it might be worth more than $10,000 now. Like in like a place like Florida where pools are very like.
Well, that's where it depends. It depends on the location of everything, right? Like.
But then how would you like? Because I'm trying, like, because you're trying to make it a law. Like, how would that be managed? Like, who would decide how much the house gets raised because of its value, because of the pool?
Well,
like, and who's going to decide, like, if you put it in New Hampshire, the pool, it's going to raise it this amount. But if you put it in Florida in this location, it's going to raise it this amount.
I would just
that?
do by how much it is, right?
How much it is, yeah.
Yeah. Make it simple.
Okay, so what I'm saying is the amount of money you put into your house, you think is just going to be direct, like, for this law and rule, is just directly proportional to the amount of value added to the house.
Yeah.
That's what
Maybe a little bit higher if you're somewhere warmer because you get to use the pool longer. So
Well, I wouldn't do that. Don't make it complicated.
Yeah, because I'm saying now you're making it more complicated. Because now somebody has to go in and determine, okay, well, now you in New Hampshire only get to add this value, but you in Florida get to add this value.
But that's how it goes, though. Laws aren't.
It is.
They're state.
But
there are nationwide laws. Then there's laws that are state driven.
Yeah. So I would. Yeah, you would absolutely have to do that because it's not fair for someone to. I spent $10,000 on a pool to put it in my house in New Hampshire, and someone does the same thing in Florida. It's going to be worth more in Florida because you're getting more use out of it. You get to
That's true.
But you're spending the same amount of money, ideally. Yeah, exactly. I'm guessing the amount of money to build a pool.
You're not. It's going to be more expensive
in Florida.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say they are the same.
They say they are the same.
If they are the same, then yeah, then you should.
Then it should be the same amount added to the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
even though you're using
So
the pool
even if
more
you-
in Florida.
No, I'm saying the opposite.
Okay.
You gotta ask.
So you're saying the use. Okay.
You said what?
You gotta ask Riley Rehall.
No, facts. Facts.
Who's Riley Rehall?
So we have a friend that does realtor now, like
Oh, okay.
real estate.
I gotcha.
Right in Florida.
But like that's your choice. You could just keep it simple. Like you don't have to do that.
Well, I would want to do that
Okay.
because if I was a Florida resident, knowing that I'm getting more use out of something that I put in, I would want to get reimbursed for that investment. Because naturally, if I spend $10,000 to get a pool in New Hampshire, it's not going to be the same amount to get that same pool in Florida. It's going to be probably 20 or 30.
Maybe,
'Cause it's more
but
expensive.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
pools.
yeah, I don't know
I
either.
don't
But
know that for
to
sure.
be
But
honest,
I would
but-
assume, So basically, my law would be whatever money you put into the house, plus whatever remodeling.
Inflation
how do you
stuff.
determine use though? That's my question. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 'cause
Geographic
it's-
location.
Oh yeah, well, because it's also like an
It's
old
geographic.
lady's probably gonna use the pool less than like a child.
That's a good
Well, it doesn't
point.
matter the person. It matters about where the
location
pool is
for you.
located.
Okay, so what's the actual law?
Just told you.
So it's like the actual. So you can't sell your house
It's
for
proportional
more
to-
than you bought for and put in, and then accounting for inflation. Like
Yeah, so whatever
the
whatever the percentage of
housing marks up
inflation is.
10%, so you're gonna add 10% of what you paid for the house to
Yeah.
get money back.
Yeah.
But so now, because what that does now is now the housing market is gone. Like you can't make money off a house anymore. Like you can only break even.
Yeah, the purpose of buying a house, in my opinion, should have never been to make money. That's
Okay.
where we went wrong as a whole country.
Because
Everyone-
I agree. I don't
listen,
hate that.
Everyone is so individualistic here, and everyone wants to make so much money, and I get that because the more money you have, the more financial freedom you get, and I understand that completely. But at the same time, once we as a whole country became so individualistic and became so money driven, the point of a house is to raise a family, to have it, whatever your morals are as a person and a family is what it should be to have in a house. It shouldn't be to,
Make money.
I want to buy this for 300,000 just so in 10 years I can make 600 on it.
Yeah.
In my personal
it
opinion, that's
shouldn't.
the way-
You're right. It
that's the
shouldn't
way
be
I look
like
at it.
that, but it's always gonna
No,
be
but
like
that's
that.
the way it
but
is.
that it doesn't have to be that way.
It doesn't have to be, bro.
Because
It
like
doesn't have to be.
I heard something crazy. I was talking to this. I wasn't talking, but I heard somebody
But they're-
talking to this like Mexican guy, right? That lives in Mexico. In his lifestyle is he goes out and fishes, gets food for his family, comes back, spends the whole night with his family. He doesn't work. That's his life.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody from America was coming in and was talking to him and was like, "Yo, you need to start getting more fish so then you can go sell more fish, make more money, buy more people to buy you more fish, or not buy you more fish, buy more people so they can get more fish so you can sell more fish. Then you create this giant company. And then once you create that giant company, you can make a bunch of money." And then the Mexican guy looks at him and he goes, "Okay, so once you have this big company that you have and you don't have to work anymore, what's your goal? And like what's the point of making the big company?" And then the guys, and then you think about it, and the goal is so that you can make enough money to where you can then go back to the original life you had, where you can live simple and not have worries and buy get your own fish, come back and hang out with your family. So it's like America has made everything so complicated just to get back to the same goal that we were like wanting originally.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But then there's also going to be the people that are greedy and want to get more.
Well,
There's
no, and
always
that's
gonna
what
be those-
happened.
Yeah.
No, that's
What happened.
That's
It's like
never
the
gonna
guy
change,
that
though.
was like, "Yo, you need to get more fish so you can get more people." Is like who came into America or
Yeah.
wherever. I don't know where it started,
So this is
and then changed everything.
this is a good segue.
Yeah.
So as you all know from the last video, I signed a contract to go play in Norway. Fortunately, found out my grandmother has cancer, so I ultimately made the decision to come back, terminate my contract just to be with family, right? Won't go too much into it, but
I didn't even know that.
yeah, that was the reason why I
Yeah.
came back. I found out my grandmother's battling cancer, and I just felt like if something happened to her while I was over there, I don't know if I could live with myself. So I was like, basketball is really important to me. It's done a lot for me, but at the end of the day, like family means everything to me and more, right? So I was
Yeah.
like, terminate it. Probably one of the toughest decisions I've ever had to make in my life
That's valid, yeah.
to this point, but family means everything to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk to you guys more about it after, but like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go too much into it.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
what it is, and it happened, right? But anyways, I'm back
That
now.
goes on.
Now, sorry,
So
no,
what
like
we were-
that's
so
crazy.
What we were just talking about, right?
Yeah.
I was in Norway for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I
sir.
saw one homeless person in a city of 300,000 people, which is the second largest city in all of Norway.
I will say
We could go
Norway.
down. We could go on.
Norway's crazy. That's like the nicest country in the world.
It's the Scandinavians are always really
Yeah.
popular. But Europe does a great job of working together. So, for example,
Yeah.
healthcare is completely free.
Yeah.
That's
pay
the
a
way it is in
single dime.
Canada too.
You don't pay a single dime. You get
Canada.
injured, you go to the doctor, completely free. Your wife has a kid. There's no copay. There's no nothing. Completely paid for. Education, you get to go to college for free.
That's
You want to go get a bachelor's degree?
Bro,
Yeah.
you see why I want to move out of country?
It's not. It's paid for.
You know, like damn near every country that's not like.
Bro, Europe. Yeah, Europe is like that, bro.
No, I actually, especially me.
You would go.
Who's
you
gonna
go to dental school for free?
Yeah, like me, like because like the amount of debt I'm accumulating from school is like if I end up not like it's basically like I have to become a dentist or I am going to literally be one of those.
America's hoeing you. They're
Pretty
making
much.
it like,
Yes.
Yeah, you can have this great paying job, but you're still gonna be in debt for 10.
Yeah, and the thing is about my debt too is it develops interest and it ends up like making the amount I'm actually paying way more than I got, and it's because of the things that we talk about in America. Like it's like you want to get it done quick.
Yes.
You need to get it done quick, and for my schooling in particular, and for college, you have to get the money quick. You have to pay it in this certain amount of time. You can't pay it over time. You have to pay it at once, and that's the necessity, and that's why companies that give out money to invest make money, because it's like, okay, we're giving you it all at once, but we know you're not going to be able to pay it back at once. So you're going to pay it back over a period of time, or it's going to develop interest, and it's going to end up being a lot more than we gave you. And that's how it works.
Makes sense.
And so
healthcare and education are both completely free, bro. And when I'm over there and I'm talking to these people, bro, it's like everyone is so in everything together because they want everyone to have a head start in life. So when they go and they want to pursue a bachelor's degree, or if they want to whatever they want to do, they have a head start at life because they don't have to have that burden of like, yo, in order for me to quote unquote be successful, right? In America, there's
But that's what I was talking about with the opportunity
you
thing.
You can't get anything if you don't go to college, right? Quote unquote.
in America, pretty much.
That's what I was talking about,
unless
the
you're like,
opportunity.
unless you're one of the rare
The law,
people
remember?
that end up like
The
a
opportunity
millionaire.
thing.
It's like
That's a law, but it's not really
It's
a
not
law
a law,
because it's
bro.
not real. So.
And yes, obviously, it's not as cookie cutter as it sounds. Yes, you don't just get free healthcare and free education
Yeah,
by
because
not
I was
paying
gonna.
more in taxes.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Obviously,
you
yes,
have to
there's-
pay because doctors have to get paid somehow.
Yes, so
Yeah.
obviously, it's not like you're just living the same lifestyle as American. You got all these things free. Of course not.
Mhm.
You're paying higher taxes, but everyone knows that when they put their money into these tax from all of their paychecks throughout the year, they know it's going to something good to benefit the whole country.
It's true.
If the government hypothetically came down to all of us, right, not just us, but like all Americans, right,
Yeah.
and was like, hey, we can completely reconstruct our model for the education system and the healthcare system to be like Europe, we would never be able to do it because everyone's so greedy and so individualist. They're like, no, I'm not going to
100%.
pay more taxes so other people can get free healthcare and free education. It's like, bro,
Yeah. I know.
it's so much fucking
it's
bigger
pretty
than that,
bad.
obviously, I'm a little biased because I went through college and now I have to pay all of it back. So obviously,
Yeah,
I'm a little bit
sure.
biased in that sense. But at the same time, though, like, sorry, I'm jumping a little bit, but back to the housing policy that I put in, right?
Bro, you preaching.
Going back to the housing policy for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if I put and I implemented something like this, of course, it's still not going to be a fair opportunity for everyone to buy a house because some people are going to work minimum wage jobs. We need
And
that
not
to
be
make
able
the
to
world
afford
run.
certain
Some
houses.
people are going to be doing dentistry to make whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You still have to work hard to get a good enough job to afford a house.
That's nice.
But if you put in the work and get something good for you and you make enough money to do it, you'll still be able to afford it without having to worry about like, yo, I'm paying fucking 50% more than I would have if I had bought a house 10 years ago, you know?
Yeah.
So obviously, it's not going to be quote unquote fair to buy a house. It's still you're still going
You
to
still have
do
to.
your
You
own-
still have to be able to afford a house. You can't make every single house the same price.
Exactly. That's not what I'm saying either. So like, I don't want to get that, you know.
Yeah,
mixed
yeah.
up.
I will say though, I bet you their taxes actually aren't that much
It's
higher
20%,
than
bro.
ours.
That's insane.
Okay, so it is
It's
a lot higher
fucking-
because I was gonna
it's
say
insane,
because
bro.
the thing about America
No,
though
it's insane.
is a lot of most of our tax money goes to our military, which is
No, which is good.
way But the thing
Yes.
is it's way bigger than everyone else. Like we're bigger than the next like 8 countries combined.
Yeah.
We put
That's-
like trillions of
that's
dollars
true.
in-
Well, of course you do, but that's what I'm saying is like
That's
so
crazy.
it's crazy, but it's also like it's a blessing
It is.
because nobody fucks with us.
That's
They
true.
fuck with they do other things out in other countries like Israel and Palestine.
Yeah.
There's stuff going on there that we don't know about, and I've heard a lot from my roommates that I've heard about.
The US is so crooked. The government.
No, that's a
It is.
I can't.
Half the shit they say.
But I'm saying,
It's
would
not-
you?
What they're using.
Yeah, it's not. I get what you're saying. It's like we are imperfect, but we are the strongest country in the world.
Yeah, like
So-
it's like
I disagree.
we're corrupt, but would you rather go
know.
somewhere like? See, like, but Norway's good because like there's not like I think
Yeah.
we're not past the point, but like in my mind, I don't think there's going to be like massive world wars happening again soon, unless it's like over resources, not like over land. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like people know this is the United States. You're not coming and taking any of the United States. France, same thing.
It's already going on right now.
Why?
But it's in countries
what is
that
World
aren't
War
as
III
strong
in your
as us.
opinion?
It's like Ukraine is not even close to as strong as us.
big as
That's why we're helping them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
But then there's things going on because I brought up the Israel and Palestine thing because I've heard things
that's it.
like the United States is technically endorsing Israel, and Israel's stronger than Palestine. So we're not
Right.
endorsing the weaker country in that circumstance. We're endorsing the stronger country.
But
And
that's
the reason-
that's a NATO, right?
The one that kills innocent children, bombs hospitals, and all that. Yeah.
Well, both sides have done that.
Yeah, but Palestine aims did completely.
It's so the basic reason behind this is that Israel is the Jewish land. That's what they're trying to make it. They're trying to make it the Jewish land. And if you're in the United States, I can't say this is a fact. This is what my roommates have told me. So this is just what I've heard. So I can't say it's 100% fact. But there's something that they are saying where it's like if you're Jewish, you can get all your school paid for and a free house if you go live in Israel, because they're incentivizing moving people that are Jewish to Israel, because the people that you're saying that are corrupt and that are at the top of the United States are predominantly Jewish. And the way that their religion works is they look at everyone that is not Jewish as less than and like animals. Like people that are not Jewish are not even on the same level of people that are Jewish. Like that's the way that religion, not all people, this is extreme, like extremists, like terrorists with Muslims. Like not all Muslims are terrorists.
Yeah.
Not all terrorists are Muslims either, but it's like that idea. Like they're extremists. Not everyone that has that religion has that idea. But what I've heard is that that's what is written in the Jewish, whatever the Jewish Bible is. I know it's the Old Testament technically, but I don't know what they call it because I'm not well versed in the Jewish religion. Because I'm not. No, I think Quran is for Muslim. But so that is kind of what's going on. I'm not an expert. I'm just saying what I've heard. But
Yeah.
But back to what you're talking about with
my point of it all is like, mind you, this is my first time going to Europe too, so it's already like kind of crazy.
Awesome.
I'm learning a ton of shit, right? But
Yeah.
like, everyone works as a community. So for example, right, the way the city, where I played is called Bergen. I know you guys
Yeah.
told you this, but it's called Bergen, Norway. It's the second largest city in all of Norway, right? It's very populated. It's surrounded by 7 mountains, and at the bottom of the mountain is like the downtown area, and it's the whole city, and it's surrounded by like bays of water. It's a beautiful spot. It's not similar to New York City, but I'm trying to paint a picture for you guys.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
how populated it is.
Right.
Like,
It's
when you go to
very
New York
densely
City,
It's like that?
It's like that. Not as much though.
Oh.
But you go around New York City. We walk down one street, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could pick up like 100 trash bags of trash.
Shit.
Oh,
everywhere.
100%.
You see like 50 homeless people. You see crackheads. You see all these things, right?
Yeah.
I saw maybe one piece of trash the whole time I was there for 2 weeks, and I went to downtown like 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
And the one piece of trash was an old piece of gum that was stuck in the ground that you can't even clean up anymore. Like it's unbelievably clean. Like it's not a thing that you don't litter, you don't treat each other poorly, you don't. It's like everyone's working together to make sure that everything that they have built for so long stays intact. So like for example, I'll show you guys some pictures from when I was there, and you were mentioning it before, like the red, yellow, white, all of the houses and stuff.
That's cool.
It's all nostalgic buildings from like the 1900s, and they're so well kept over the years that they don't need to renovate anything. Like
They don't
maybe
need
some
to build
minor
a new
repairs
house.
here and there, but
Right.
they don't need to do what we do in the U.S. where
Like take them
we
down.
fucking completely
demolish.
demolish shit because we can't take care of anything as a unit.
Yeah.
So then it comes so shitty. We have to bulldoze everything, modernize everything. It's like
Not only that, bro, the shit we use in houses today.
It's terrible.
Like in America,
it's terrible, bro.
Bro, they give us products
Bro.
that purposely
Yes.
is gonna break down
Yes.
in like 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
So we have to rebuy
Yes.
it, rebuy
Yep.
it,
Yes.
rebuy
Yep.
it.
No, that is
Yes.
that is like a
Little
fact.
Thing, bro, like
Yes.
shit like that. Like
Yes.
It's all a
food and the
all a scheme, bro.
It's all a scheme to make more money.
All a
Yes.
scheme, bro.
It's pretty bad.
Every single
It's
thing is
pretty
the
It's
same.
bad.
it's the way it's
Medicine.
sad.
Like when you were
Bro,
there.
like everything.
Yeah. When you were
Medicine's
there,
a
did
completely
you like
different topic.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the
you,
Nah, medicine.
no,
is
I'm
shit.
just talking about medicine because I'm now in the medical field. I know a lot more
So-
about it. It's a lot of it. It's because it's the problem with it is that medicine you can't every body is different. Like there's medicines that are known to fix certain things, but then like there's like with the biggest thing is psychiatric drugs. Is everyone's mind's different. Like you can't, like people want the quick fix, but it's not actually how it works. And so it's more like, I don't want to say placebo effect because there is people that get benefits from psychiatric drugs, but there's times where people are just like, what you're like we talk about, like people in America just like, I want this, I want it now. So they give them the drug because they don't want to try to go to therapy when therapy could have helped them better than the drug is. Because like some people, it's a chemical imbalance in your brain, which drugs can reset. Other people, it's not. It's just your environment is negatively impacting you in some way. And if you start to go to therapy, you could then benefit from your therapy and fix your environment and the people you're around or whatever. And that would be a better thing. You know what I mean? But the drug companies are some of those people that I was talking about that are at the top. And so for them, all they want is money because, like we've talked about, America has become extremely greedy and it's all about the money and you can't survive without the money.
And this is the problem here too, is because this is something I learned right away too. So I was lucky enough when I got to Norway, one of the board members, he's from America and he migrated to Norway when he had married his wife. She's from Norway, so he got citizenship there. Which is a perfect balance for me because he knows what I'm going through living in the U.S., but then he also knows what to show me being in Norway and being a citizen there, right? Because the healthcare system is free and it doesn't cost anything for them to give you drugs, their first initiation of anything, like, so if I go to the doctor and I'm like, hey, I'm sick, I feel this way, they're not going to give me medicine right away. They're going to give you any organic way to fix the problem before, like medicine.
Non-pharmacological, or are you talking organic?
Yes.
Hold on, but let me clarify something for me and viewers. So when you say organic, are you talking about like organic, like herbs and stuff, or are you talking about like non-pharmacological?
Yes.
Okay.
So I might have said that wrong. Yeah. And medicine, they don't want to give you medicine. That's like their last resort. Like, okay, if you're really messed up from whatever you're battling, like, I'm not going to give a timetable. I'm not a doctor, but like, if you come in with something and you should be able to get rid of it in a few days, and you come back in a week and it's still like that, okay, maybe we'll give you something to try to fix whatever's going on.
Last resort.
In America, bro, you go and you say, I have a fucking runny nose, they're going to give you an oxy. Like, obviously not literally, but like,
you would get
the first thing is like, okay,
it's
so you can
ideally,
pay,
I will say,
like,
ideally, we try to go to the non-pharmacological, but it's people that are your patients, and your patients get to decide what gets done to them. And so your patients are telling you, I want this done now. And unless, like, if it's something that can benefit them as a healthcare provider, if that's what your patient wants, you're not allowed to tell them, like, no, you're not allowed to do this. Like, there's extreme circumstances where, like, people can't just come in and be like, yo, doc, I want you to break my arm. Like, that's not going to benefit your health. But, like, say you have a runny nose and, like, there's certain, like, Claritin D or whatever, like, those are over-the-counter things. But, like, things like for some sort of heart condition where you could go exercise and after a month you'll have possibly better benefits than if you just took this drug. But people are like, I'm not going to go exercise. I don't want to go exercise. I want to get healed now. And so you can't tell them, like, no, like, I'm not going to give you something that is going to benefit your health.
People knew the truth about the drugs that they were taking, what's really in it, what it's really doing to your body, they would probably quit.
Well, the thing is they actually technically do know what's going on because they give you they give you this giant form that you have to read, and people don't read. So then they end, because that's why drug companies don't get sued like that. Because if they did, and there was like unknown effects that the drugs companies that said never happened, the drug companies know these things happen and tell you, but they tell you in like 12 pages that nobody wants to read. So then people just sign off for it because they want it now and they don't care. I don't want to read what it says. But in the fine print, it says this will cause this potentially.
He's right. It's like the ads on the TV, bro. Like when the dude talks crazy fast at the end,
and then at the end he's like, "Oh, but if it side effects is this, see a doctor." And it's like, okay, bro, I'm finna die of kidney disease because you fucking gave me.
I think those are the funniest, bro. It's like, oh, they tell you
it's
everything
like
good
for a
about
low price of $20.99. Side effects include sneezing, jaundice,
it's exactly that. It's literally that.
So that's it's a lot. But like now that I'm thinking about it, like, bro, like it might be a move to get out of America. Because in 20, 50 years, like, given like we might be okay staying in America, but like for your kid growing up and your grandkid, like it might be a really, really bad spot.
Here's even more benefits, bro. For example, right? So if you're Caroline or Sierra gets pregnant, right?
Right.
Obviously, if you have a really good job, you probably get 2 months off of leave, right?
Yeah.
If you have like a really good job, like
Yeah.
you're, like, taken
It
care
depends
of,
on situation
and
to
you're like
situation.
taken
Yeah.
care of. It's like 2 months paid.
Right.
Sometimes not even paid.
Yeah.
Bare minimum, the wife and the father, the wife and the husband.
In
mom
Norway,
and
you're
dad,
talking.
You both get a whole year off.
I think.
Salary
See, I
completely
think
paid.
that is. That's
And
massive.
it doesn't reset after you have one kid. If I have 3 kids, we both get the 1 year for all 3 kids.
I think that's
So if me and
smart.
Sarah go have 3 kids in Europe, bro, we both get a year off. The salary completely paid, so that way
That's crazy.
the 1-year-old can actually have a life
Like
of
two
good
parent.
development.
Yeah.
Everything that a child needs to
I like
develop. That
Right,
dude,
and
that
then you can
first
give
year-
them things like even when they're in your stomach developing,
Yes.
you can give them the right shit.
That should be a thing, or that
Yes,
That is-
bro,
No,
it's
it
amazing.
is in Norway. He's saying it should be a thing here.
That's a thing in Norway.
So like say you and your
That's very
girlfriend
cool.
literally go and have a kid, right?
Yeah.
You both get a year off paid, and whatever job you have, the whole year you get the whole salary, everything normal, the whole year.
So,
you
like-
both get it. It's not just the wife. Like you as a father, so you can be present for the kid's life for the first
I
year.
think
you get it.
I think that that's massive.
So would you have to be like?
And if you have another kid after that, it doesn't reset. It's not like it's a one-time thing. You only
It's
get it for the
another
first
year.
Kid. No, you get it. Second kid, same shit.
So
Third
like
kid, same
for
shit.
you, like say like you and Sierra were there, right? And you
Yeah.
had a kid. Would it work like that? Because you haven't
No,
been there that long.
because we didn't have citizenship.
Yeah. Okay.
You,
If
you-
we
yeah,
were-
to
How long do you
gain
have to be there to get a
citizenship, you have to be
citizenship?
in a country for a very long
There's
time.
there's no timetable to get citizenship, but the main 2 ways to get citizenship in another country is if you have a job there.
Yeah, you
which
do. So
technically I did. So if I was
Yeah.
there for long enough, I could have got citizenship, but I would have had
It's
to
also
been there for
more
like a
com-
couple
it's more
years.
complicated.
And marry someone there. Like if I met a Norwegian girl and she was from there, obviously, and we married.
what
I
if
would
you
essentially
married
get
Sierra there?
No.
No,
Okay.
because
No.
Sierra's not from Norway.
Yeah. So they had to. Okay, makes sense.
So when I mentioned the board member who showed me around when I first got there, he married his wife there, so that's why he was able to get citizenship.
Like right away.
Yeah, right
This
away.
was also he's 50
Well,
now, so
right
they got
away,
married like 20 years
not
ago,
like-
so it was a
like,
little bit
it
easier
takes a
back in the
little
day.
time,
Yeah.
So now it's a little bit more complicated, but
I was gonna ask, like, when you were there, did you guys like? Is everybody like walking on the streets?
Yeah, is
Mostly.
there a lot of cars.
Yeah.
So let's put it like this.
Because in New
I was
York,
there
there's
I was there for 2 weeks. I probably saw a couple 100,000 people. It's
Mhm.
fair to say.
yeah.
I saw 2 fat people.
Well, that's it. I didn't ask
Okay, well that wasn't what he was asking, but sure.
No, the reason why I'm saying that everyone walks everywhere.
Okay,
okay.
so there's like not a lot of cars
Everyone.
on the streets.
No, there's a lot of cars because it's so populated, but it's not
Mhm.
like New York where you can't go anywhere.
But it's like tight knit, right?
It's tight knit, but it's not like
It's a whole different vibe too. Like,
Bro.
I know what you're saying. I've never been there, but like I know it's
the reason why there's no like they don't struggle with obesity rates at all, like literally at all.
I'm not surprised.
Well, that
by
also
at
is
all.
Is
due to because they're
everyone
not
is just
America and the
walking
food's
everyone.
processed
Everyone is just
differently,
walking
but
everywhere.
yeah.
Like
no, I agree.
so, I went to one of the board members had me over for dinner at his actual residence. So I went and met his family.
This is the same guy.
Different guy.
Oh, different
There's like 5 or 6 guys on the board.
Oh, okay.
So I go over, I meet his family, very nice people. So over there it gets really cold. It's like here, you get snow. It's like
Yeah.
negative.
It
degrees.
gets way colder there though, right?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
well,
it's 'cause it's-
now Bergen's actually a little bit warmer because it's not on the north coast,
Okay.
but
Oh,
it's
really?
still pretty cold. It's still cold.
It's
though.
by the water. That's
it's
how I
still
thought it
cold.
might be cold.
It's still cold.
Yeah.
He has a car, and they share the one car for the family, and they have a good amount of money, so it's not like they couldn't afford a second car.
So they have one car for the whole family.
Yeah,
Okay.
she walks 50 minutes to work during the winter.
Wow.
There,
50?
one way, and one. So she walks an hour and 40 minutes every day during the
Wow.
winter just to get to work.
That's dangerous.
But to them, that's normal though. To them, that's completely normal. Like people just walk everywhere. Like
Mm.
having a car isn't like here, bro.
Bro,
go
if you have to
family,
walk
like, oh, you
5
don't have
minutes
a car?
outside, you're fucking driving.
like
damn
you know what I'm
near.
saying? Like literally anywhere. But to them, walking and no matter how cold it is or whatever the weather is or whatever it is, everyone just walks because that's normalized there. It's not normal to have a car. Like obviously, you have a car, great, you're gonna use the car, but like
But just a lot of people on bicycles too.
everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
They-
No,
you can
oh,
rent
that's
these
what I
little
was gonna ask
scooters,
you.
too, these little scooters.
Oh,
it's
Did
crazy,
you see
bro.
one of those things that I was talking to you about that I saw online where it's like a little like it's like a machine that like you put your foot on and it just carries you up the hill on your bike, or did you not see that? Like where it's you like you put your foot on it and it's like a triangle that sticks to the back of your foot and then you lift your other foot. Because I saw that and it was in Norway, but it just might have not been in Bergen. But it was kinda cool.
There was 2 things. So the spot I was telling you about, Mikey, where I'm on top of the mountain, so that's called Floyen. And it's one of the mountains that overlooks the whole city. And you can take a funicular up, which is basically like this. It's kind of like a bus. It's not a bus, but it's like a
Tram, maybe.
sort of that.
Is it on tracks?
Yeah, no. It's like it's actually on a pole on a line, and it goes.
Okay,
So
so
it's
it's more like a gondola kind of thing.
It's
But
more
it's
like a-
it's like not it's closer to the ground, or is it in the air?
it's in the air, but it's like in a tunnel though. So like,
Oh, I
it's
know
on
what you're
the
talking
side of the
about. I
mountain,
think.
bro. So like,
Yeah. I think I know what
So
you're talking about.
yes. And so for the first part of it, you can't see anything outside because you're just underneath a rock essentially. But
Mhm.
once you get to like the middle of the mountain, then you can see on the outside, and the top of it has just windows on it, so you can see the
Yeah.
whole city as you're going up.
That's
Beautiful.
fucking
Sick.
It's beautiful, and
That must be cool on the way down.
it's crazy, bro. Well, so we hiked it on the way down. Actually,
Oh, you
we
hiked.
took the funicular up, and then we just walked down. It was like, this is not a thing that was hard for me, bro. They use kilometers. They don't use.
Yeah.
They don't use
That's
miles.
when I went
They
to.
use kilograms. They don't use pounds. They
How do
use
you-
centimeters. They don't use inches in height and stuff. So I'll be like, "Yo, how tall are you?" He'd be like, "I'm 182 centimeters." I'm like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck does that mean, bro?"
Yeah, that was.
Facts.
That's
How do you
dude,
even talk to
America's the
people?
only company,
Bro, how do you
only
talk to
company, the
people?
only country in
talk
the
to
world that
people?
does that.
Bro, I
Like,
look over. I go to. So we're at the hotel because for the first week I was in a hotel before I got my apartment. I'm like, all right, we already done some stuff. I haven't been to the gym yet. I'm gonna go downstairs to the hotel weight room. I'm gonna get a lift in.
yeah,
Not realizing that's in fucking kilograms, bro.
Mhm.
So 1 pound is
it's
2.2.
1 kilogram is
2.2 pounds.
Yeah,
So I go and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get some curls in. Usually I do like 30s or 35. So I go to pick up the 30s or 35s fucking kilograms, bro. And I'm like, my arms are like stuck, and I'm like, okay, I know I'm jet lagged and I know I just got here, but I didn't get this week this quick. Bro.
those dumbbells had to be massive.
Massive, bro. So I'm like, okay, that's crazy. They're in Celsius, not temperature. So I'm
Yeah.
talking to one of my teammates, and I'm like,
Yep.
yo, it's kind of cold today. Like, it's probably like 40 or 50 out. He's like, nah, it's like 3 degrees Celsius. I'm like, okay, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no.
Do a good amount
Bro.
of people speak English?
All of
Like,
them.
Yeah, I was gonna say Norway, like Scandinavian, because when I was in college, me, Mitch, and Nolan went to Canada and Ontario, which is right. It borders us. We're right next to Canada,
Yep.
and we crossed the border. And Mitch, I was driving Mitch's car. I had to switch his car from miles per hour to kilometers per hour, because like if I'm going miles per hour, like you could obviously try to do the conversion in your head, you're gonna get pulled over real quick because you're not. The speeds are not the same. But then like I was talking to him about like football and stuff because one of his roommates or the guy that we went to visit, his friend like was on the football team or something, and they were talking and they were like, I was like, yo, like, they're like, fuck, we have to go play, or it might have been lacrosse, but anyways, they're like, yeah, it's like -10 outside, and I'm like, you're playing lacrosse at -10? And then he's like, yeah, like it's cold, but it's not like, oh my god. And then I'm thinking, I'm like, oh shit, I'm in Canada.
Yeah, bro.
Like he's talking Celsius, because -10 Fahrenheit, you're dying if you're playing any sport outside,
Facts.
unless it's like snowboarding, and then it's like ideal. But even then, that's a cold day.
Yeah, they all
But-
speak English because in school you're
Makes
required
sense.
to take English. Like,
Yeah.
it's not an option. Like, you know how
Yeah.
we could choose a language?
Mhm.
They could choose a language, but if you wanted to take a language that wasn't English, it was just on top of it. So you
Yeah.
were learning
Yeah.
Norwegian, obviously. English was a requirement, and then if you wanted to take another language, you could, like
Right.
Spanish, German, whatever.
Yeah, I thought that's
That's
what it was.
that's why we are a little blessed here, is that our language is the most common language around the world. Although Mandarin Chinese is emerging, and it's supposed to be potentially might be the new world dialect.
Yeah.
So like instead of like Norway learning English, they'd learn Mandarin.
Yeah.
But that's not because it's United States. That's just the way it's been. But
Yeah.
like, it's actually crazy, bro.
What
Like,
about the Hoopers? Were they any good?
Bro, so the first night I got there, I had practice. So I landed, so I had an overnight flight, and it's a 6-hour difference.
Yeah.
So I was cooked, bro.
I remember calling
So-
you while you were on the bench watching them play.
Yeah, because when I first got there, I had to pass police paperwork to be eligible to play there, so they didn't think I was like a fucking terrorist or something, you know?
Yeah.
So like, the first night I went and I just watched practice, so I couldn't play.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, so they're in the second division, and so last year they were like 7-11, which was like a middle of the pack. So they weren't bad, but they weren't amazing.
Yeah.
So low key, my mindset coming in was like, these dudes are kind of trash. And I go in.
It
and
is pro.
Yeah, I know. And so I was like, I don't know if it's a mixture of me being jet lagged like a motherfucker. I haven't slept because, as you guys know, I sleep like 9 hours a night. I slept like 2 hours on the flight, so I'm like really cooked.
So when you got there, it was nighttime when you got there, right?
Huh?
So you had that Mikey schedule.
Bro, I was cooked, bro. Because when we first got to the hotel too, I was like, I'm finna take a nap. And Sierra was with me for the first week, and she's like, nah, dude, I'm telling you, I think we should just thug it out. Like,
Nah,
through
she
it,
was
so-
right for sure.
So I pulled up to the first practice like really cooked, bro. Like I felt like I was on cloud 9, like dead ass.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know if it was a mixture of me being cooked or me not having played basketball in 2 days because of the whole travel time. Where I was watching them play and I was like, I ain't gonna lie, like, these dudes can hoop, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Didn't you say though the year before, like they weren't as good as they are now. Like they
Yeah.
added new players
Yeah,
that made their
so-
team better than they were.
Yeah, so in the city I was playing in, it's huge. Obviously, like I said, the second largest. There's 4 professional teams, 3 that play in the top league, and then us were in the second division.
Yeah.
And there was 2 kids that played across town for a team called Gimli.
Which is the Division 1, right?
Yeah, the other 3 teams are Division 1. They had played for Gimli. They weren't getting too much minutes, but they still wanted to play at a high level and get more time. So they were like, okay, we'll reach out to Ulriken, which is the team I played for, and we'll play for them. So I had 2 guys in the team that just played in the top division, bro.
That came
Which
through
was-
your team.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
huge.
Yeah.
So obviously that helped a little bit because I was like, oh shit, I didn't see them on film from the year prior, so it was good. That following weekend though, I got my police stuff done, so I was able to practice that Tuesday. Played like absolute shit. Couldn't make a shot. The elevation is crazy, so
And the ball's different too,
the
right?
ball is different, bro. The 3-point line's deep as shit. And I'm used to. I'll get to all that. Yeah, I'm jumping everywhere. But the name of the team is Ulriken, and so one of the 7 mountains is named Ulriken. So that's where the team name was. So our
Yeah.
gym is at like the fucking 3/4 of the mountain. So the elevation is crazy, bro. It feels like I'm playing in Denver.
yeah.
So I'm sprinting up the floor.
You're dead.
I'm cooked, man. I'm like, yo, I could have. I'm in shape too, so I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is happening, bro. All my shots are dumb short. I'm just not playing well. So it's good, whatever. Next night practice, I played pretty well. Third practice, I was eating. Like I was fully adjusted. I had a good night's sleep. Like, and I was frying.
Mm-hmm.
So once I got adjusted, like after like 2 or 3 practices, I was back to myself.
So
which
would
was
you have
really good.
started?
Yeah, for sure,
All
for
right.
sure. I was the only import, so
Everyone else was from Norway.
yeah. But it was kind of cool because half the team, they were Norwegian citizens, so they weren't considered imports, but they actually weren't even born in Norway. So like, I had one kid who was from Palestine, but
Mhm.
his family moved here before he was born.
Hmm.
2 kids who were from Iraq, 1 kid from Serbia, 1 from Argentina, and 1 kid was born in Norway, but his dad was Turkish, so he was half Turkish, half Norwegian. So like, even though they weren't citizens other places, we kind of had like 6 imports in a sense, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick though.
Dude, it's different too because on top of the 3-point line being further, bro, there's no defensive 3-second violation, so you're
So you
getting
just can't-
nothing at the rack, bro.
Yeah.
Like nothing at the rack.
Damn, you can stand there.
Gang, there's no 3-second violation, bro.
Yeah. Oh, you can hit that thing out the rim too, right?
Yes, bro. It
Yeah.
could be a rolling on the rim, and you can just jump up and take it off.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So-
that was like when
They
LeBron
should
and
be
the.
nasty in that.
Bro, it's crazy. Obviously, there's a double side to that too, because like if you have a big that can shoot and your big's always standing in the paint, the other big's just gonna get wide open, catch and shoot threes. So it's
Exactly.
like
This give
take
and
what you
take.
can give, yeah.
Yeah.
But my idea when I first came in, I was like, bro, I'm not finna just come here and start jacking step back threes. I'm not trying to get to the rack, get some easy, get my feel going.
Mhm, yeah.
I ain't getting shit at the rack, bro. I'm blowing by the first guy like nothing. That's fine. I'm too quick. They're not gonna guard me. But I get to the rack and I'm like, okay, dude, I'm not getting nothing here, so I'm just kicking out, which is fine. But that was a huge adjustment at first because I'm like, bro, I'm trying to get some easy buckets, get myself going, get myself acclimated. Fuck.
Honestly,
son.
that
Fuck.
I
son.
get that, but that
Fouls, right?
if you got a shooting big, that would benefit your game so
Yes, because
much.
just drive and kick every time. 'Cause
Yeah.
There was not a single guy that was stopping me 1-on-1, so I was just getting by and just kicking it.
Yeah.
But our bigs couldn't shoot on the team,
Yeah.
so it was like a double-edged sword. Like, and he's not really a lob threat 'cause he's kind of undersized, so it wasn't even like I'm getting to the big and I'm just throwing it up, he's dunking it. It's like
So that big man's just chilling.
Yes, bro.
He's
So-
just like, I got him. Come in here.
I see why Dan got that floater shot.
Yes, but you have to, bro. You literally have to, and that's
Hey,
that's
get
one of
that
my
shit
weaknesses.
down,
I can't shoot floaters like that at a high level.
Bro, let me teach you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the floater would be clutch in that because you get in the lane.
Got to shoot it over, and
But that'd open up your game so much if you had a
So much.
floater. Because then you hit a couple floaters, they're gonna come up. He's gonna come up. It's a dump.
that's
So.
literally I
You
could
do
score
that
it.
move every time you get
Yes, bro. Because I
I'm
can
not-
score at all 3 levels like very efficiently. The floaters has always been like the one where I'm like, because I get there and I'm like, it's so easy of a shot that it's almost hard, you know. I'm like,
Yeah,
really?
it's like
You know,
the baseline.
That's-
It's like the
that gives you some, you know, on your game to work.
No, of course, no, of course.
it's like the baseline midi or whatever. You know, it's
Yes.
like that. It's like that
It's like
easy shot, but it's like, or the free throw pull up, whatever
Bro,
you want to call
yes.
it. It's like any of those little like cheeky shots.
You be doing that?
They're
Like,
they're
you're like, I kind of like lack in this part, and then you just like train fully on that, or you just have like the same routine.
Same routine, but you implement it in slowly because you don't want to. Like if you master something that's really good, like I can shoot threes very well, obviously, right? Like I don't want to go all in on floaters and, then
And lose
not
it.
sharpen my strength at
Yeah.
threes. You want to kind of sprinkle it in a little bit.
that makes
yeah.
sense.
And then once it becomes a strength, then you kind of just add it into your routine. You know? That's how I
Yeah.
always went about it.
That makes sense. 100%.
The 3-point line, it's only about this much farther than the college line, so it doesn't seem like that much. But my issue that I noticed right away is I'm used to shooting far behind the line anyways.
Right.
shooting deep college threes.
Yeah.
So
Which
now
in
it just
turn
fucks-
would
it
be
just fucks you up the line, like,
yes.
yeah,
So then
yeah.
when I go
You
to see
still
the
wanna
one
shoot.
line, I naturally wanted to shoot further back anyways because I'm always used to not hugging the line.
Bro's
So
pulling.
now that the line is
Bro's
fucking
pulling
FIBA
half
lines,
court.
yes, and I'm shooting a three. I'm literally like out of bounds. Bro. I'm shooting a step back and I go to shoot and I'm like, yo, I'm deep as
That's-
shit.
yeah,
right
it's
now.
pretty
Like, so it's just short. So that was a huge adjustment. Like, yo, you can just hug the line, bro. Like, just get to the line. Like, you can just shoot at the 3-point line. It'll be fine. So
Yeah.
I mean, bro, if you don't even, probably better if you don't even think about it.
well, that's a tough
Just
part
take
though.
whatever's open, you know. Don't even like look if you're at the three or not, you know. Like,
But gang, when you take that step back and you go to look at the rim and it's literally that TV right there, you're like, yo, I'm deep as hell. Like,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
No, I feel
You know.
I feel
So
But I'm
And
saying,
it's like you like for you're like feeling the court too, and then you feel like I'm deep,
and a
but
brand
I'm
new
deep,
ball,
deep.
and a brand new ball.
And a
I'm
brand
like,
new
okay,
ball,
like I actually brought one back, so I'll have to show you guys, bro. It's,
All right, so this is something I've been
you can adjust
this is something I've been
to,
thinking
like,
about though,
requirements.
because now you're back, and I've talked to you about this. You're not going to be playing basketball as much anymore. Do you think you're going to get discouraged and not want to play basketball much anymore because you're not going to be the way that you were? Like right now, like if we want Scott in the men's league team, now is prime because he's not going to be training as much, so his basketball skill is going to deteriorate.
I disagree.
I wouldn't say that. He's
I'm
still
not, no,
gonna
well,
be-
deteriorate is true. Get to me and your level is not.
I don't say. I wouldn't say
Deteriorate for him is just getting to be
Yeah.
like closer to everyone
I don't
else.
think
No,
I don't think
no,
it's
stop that.
here.
Yeah, I don't think either. Because you're not gonna just like. Man,
I love that you love Scott enough to think that, but you're an idiot if you think he's not. Like his jump shot, if he doesn't practice it every day, is gonna fall
You're an
apart.
idiot if you-
but he's still
Fall
gonna.
apart relative to what it is now. You know what I'm saying?
in my
Like
opinion.
obviously you're always gonna be a better
Well,
shooter than me.
yeah.
No, but
But
you're-
like your 3-pointer is not you're gonna go from like a 42 to like a 37. You know what I mean?
no, but you're not gonna just drop the ball though. You're
Well,
still gonna.
he's not, but he's not going to be training hard every day, because the reason why I bring this up is because I
Well,
want you to
not
talk about
pro
other things you
basketball
want to
hard.
pursue in your life now,
well,
like
to go
other
off what you
way,
said,
other
like,
avenues you want to, like what are like you talked about, like
Yeah.
now we don't have to go play basketball every time you're here because like
Why not
you want to be just practicing basketball. What are other avenues that you want to explore more in your life?
Well, to answer your first part of the question, yeah, like I'm not gonna be playing as much anymore. Like I'm probably gonna take like a 3 or 4 month cleanse.
Just without basketball.
Yeah, and the reason I say that is because I know if I jump right back into not obviously training because I'm not actively playing anymore, but like if I go and I join a men's league or I go and shoot hoops with my buddies, I'm gonna miss playing, and then it's gonna make me maybe regret coming back or like making that decision.
Yeah.
I want to be completely okay with being Scott, not Scott the basketball player,
Yep.
before I go back to playing basketball again, so I don't get those feelings of like. I mean, obviously, of course, yes. Who's not gonna miss playing the sport they love? To an extent, obviously,
Right.
I'm always gonna miss it no matter what cleanse I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't want that feeling overarching your brain the whole time, of like, yo, I should be playing basketball right now. I shouldn't have came back, type thing like that, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So I need to have that balance right now of like, yo, I need to find out who I am as a person without basketball, and once I can fully be comfortable in my own skin, in that sense, then I'll reintegrate in my life.
I like
I'll
that.
go hoop with you guys. I'll go join a men's league. I'll go get up, like whatever it is, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just know right now, bro. If I was like, yo, Mikey, let's go join a men's league, or like, let's go hoop right now, bro. The whole time I'm thinking like, yo, I'm still him right now. I should be out there hooping right now. So then it's like,
I mean,
you know what I'm saying though? You don't want to have that like the whole time, cause like, obviously I discussed earlier with my family and stuff. Like,
You made the right decision coming back,
yeah,
but there's still doubts in your mind.
of course, like naturally, like you know, you just
Yeah,
you.
that's just
literally-
what happens
I
when
I
you-
put pen on paper to the dream that I have religiously worked for so fucking long, right? So
Yeah.
Like, of course, that first initial reaction is like, damn, like.
The thing for me is like I like all that. I think you should do that because it's important to focus on yourself first. But I just don't want you to give up basketball.
Well,
That's
not, yeah.
that's
no,
what
I'm
I
not
like.
worried
That's what
about
it sounded
No,
like
no.
No.
to me. I was like, I don't want you to just like not play
No, I
basketball
don't
anymore.
think Scott's ever not going to be able to
No,
not play
no.
basketball.
No,
Like it's
I
just
need-
like
yeah, I just need a couple months to be like, yo,
That's
like,
totally fine, dude.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
it's just gonna.
Because I know
He's
myself.
it's not gonna be. He's never gonna play it anymore. It's gonna be. I'm not gonna be playing it every single day religiously. Like I have to go to the gym, get this many shots up, or whatever. It's gonna be more like I'm going there and I want to just have fun, and I'm gonna have fun will keep me good at basketball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like you never know if you get another opportunity. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Would you take another opportunity?
I don't know. It's,
That's why I'm saying I don't want you to like just throw it away because like you never know.
yeah, I don't
Like
know.
you got one, you could definitely get another somewhere.
It's tough. I think
That's all I'm saying.
another thing too with being over there is like think it makes you appreciate more things that I didn't appreciate before.
That makes
Like-
sense a lot.
Because you're isolated from every single thing of your life.
Like,
So it wasn't just like a family thing, right?
No, it's like 90% family.
Oh,
It's 90% family. Like if my grandmother wasn't sick, I'd be there right now.
okay.
But like on top of that, like,
But it was even more reason because it's like,
but like not very much though. If that makes sense.
yeah, no,
It's like,
but it's like that was there too, though. You know what I
Of
mean?
course,
Like it wasn't the main reason, but
Of
it was
course.
like it
of
was
course,
the thing.
because like, bro, you're in a different country alone.
Yeah.
Can't speak. Like, bro, for example, I went to the grocery store. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Took me an hour to get groceries, just because like the products there are like vastly different, bro.
Yeah.
Which is another good segue to another topic we've talked about before, bro. Like, the reason why people aren't as sick as much there, the reason why people aren't fat, and the reason why people don't need to go to the doctors as much, bro, is because the food there is so clean.
So much better for you and probably tasting.
I mean, tasty, not really, because I'm so used to the American food, all that.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
you would
yeah,
you would
shit.
think tasting no because you know they
'Cause it's cleaner.
put a lot of shit in there to
So, like,
make it taste.
remember how Adam
I
came
guess,
back
yeah,
from
yeah.
Morocco that
Yeah,
one
yeah,
time?
yeah.
Not to be graphic, bro, I deadass probably shit like 50 times the first week. I'm not even like deadass like 7 times a day I shit because my body
was so
was like,
different,
I'm
yeah.
not used to this without all the other junk that I have here, bro. So my body was just cleansing itself.
Yeah.
All the chemicals that
Like,
you
it-
see
it
on the
was like-
box
it
that
was
you don't
like,
know how
dog,
to pronounce.
It was fucking crazy, bro. Like I literally had like my ass was like chafing, bro. Like it was like dog, it was crazy. Like, insane.
Sierra's
Mikey,
like,
do me a favor.
What are
She's
you
like,
doing
bro,
in the
she's like,
bathroom
again?
again?
She's like, again?
Toss me a Gatorade.
I'm like, yes, bro.
That's pretty
I'm gonna-
good.
And
Because
Sponsored by Gatorade.
no, not a sponsor. Well, the reason I'm saying that is because there's things like Gatorade's a prime example. Like Gatorade's a thing in other countries.
I didn't see a single bottle of Gatorade.
Well, in Norway, I don't know if it's a thing,
I'm not saying it wasn't,
but I know that like there's
other.
other things. But like you look at this, like this is like this Gatorade has like I'm not gonna go through everything, but water, sucrose, dextrose. Those are like things citric acid. But then you get things to like modified food starch, glycerol ester of rosin. Like you just get things that like you don't even know what they are that they're just tossing into the food. Where like in Norway they don't have that shit.
At all.
Like it would have half these
Half
ingredients.
the shit that's on that, you don't even know how it's stored, how it's being used.
Yes.
you don't
How
even-
it's made, like what it even
Exactly.
is.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, literally.
So
Like-
there's like a whole panel of ingredients that are like completely banned in Europe.
Yeah.
Like,
Here,
it's
I'm gonna
illegal.
toss this
Like,
back
you
to
can't even
you.
have it on a food label. And so it's basically just cleansing me out, bro. And
Did like you feel better after that?
I mean, when you're going through it, you're like, yo, what the
Well,
fuck is
obviously
happening?
we're not going
dead
through
You
ass
feel like
lost.
you're sick.
But like when
I
you,
literally felt like I was sick, yeah. 'cause
but did you get to the point where you're like,
yes, bro. After
felt
a
good?
week, bro, it was crazy.
oh, that's good.
Even my first meal back
Alan?
here, bro, I restarted a meal
Yeah.
cleanse
Oh, that's
because-
so.
He's not
that's
playing
so
today.
trash.
He plays Monday.
That sucks.
Yeah, like my first meal back, I had to re-cleanse because now my body had just got cleansed from eating clean again, and even
That's what
what's-
Adam said. He
even
came
what's,
back.
Even what's clean here isn't really that clean. Like I could
Yeah.
go get 93.7 lean ground beef. There's
Yeah.
still gonna be some bullshit in it just because
Yeah.
there's so much extra shit to store. Like, bro,
Even our vegetables too.
so the color of ground beef is like a
Like a
we might-
reddish pink.
It's like a reddish pink, right?
Yeah.
There it's like,
Well, unless it's someone upstairs.
no, there was
Yeah,
closer
it's
to that color than it was.
Really?
Not because of the reason why. yours
Well, it's
went bad.
because the reddish pink is like technically at it as its freshest form, but those have so much preservatives in them and
Yes.
salt and stuff to keep it that color
Yes.
because it's more appetizing looking,
Yes, and theirs wasn't brown, obviously, but it was like darker.
darker
You can
red.
tell, like, they
Yes.
just, if they actually killed the animal
Bro.
right there, it would look like that.
Yes, bro. Like it.
Like it was fresher. Like it was that
Way-
that cow was killed sooner than what you would see here.
Exactly. It wasn't like a cow in a stable that's being injected with steroids and shit
Yes.
too either,
Uh-huh.
Like how we get our meats.
Well, they
Like-
do that because then you get more
Then
meat
half-
on the cow, so you get more
than
money.
Half of those cows that we're killing in the U.S. to go put in grocery stores, all have tapeworms, worms.
Yeah,
in
it's
them,
crazy.
And we're killing them, cutting them up, not really cleaning the worms out.
Yep.
It's like there's been so many cases where people get like bad worms, tapeworms.
Yeah, yeah.
and
Food
shit.
food poisoning.
Yeah.
And like,
I will say,
we have
Biggie
them in our
Biggie said
body
it best: more money, more problems.
You know that, right? We probably have living shit in our body.
yeah, you probably do. You probably do.
No, 100%. Well, of course, no. There is
We do.
everyone in the world has living shit in their body. Let's
No,
get
I'm
that
saying, like,
clear.
I got that
worms and
dog
shit
in me,
our
bro.
body.
Okay.
I got that dog in me.
Like for example,
Alright.
I bought a thing of peanut butter, right?
Yeah. Ah, but Jif reduced fat peanut butter.
It was like
This guy.
It was like the Jif natural shit.
Bro, I don't even know. It literally looked like they just took, or it tasted like they just took peanuts and just crushed them up and added a few other ingredients and made it.
Was it like the same consistency as like
the exact same
as ours? Like the Jif, not like the natural shit with all
Bro,
the oil on
I
top.
actually wish I brought the shit back, bro, because
You wouldn't have been able to because of customs, but yeah.
I brought food back.
They let no. I think peanut butter is different because it's like a liquid kind of. Like you're not allowed to bring liquids. It's yeah.
Man,
Well, under a certain amount
I
you
should have
can.
tried to bring it back because you would have tasted our peanut butter and you would have tasted that, bro. If I had blindfolded you, you would have known because you would have smelled it, but you wouldn't have even known that you were eating peanut butter. You thought you were just eating crushed up like peanuts. Like
Yeah, and I wouldn't have liked that.
The shit we have in our peanut butter, bro, I'm telling you, is gnarly. It's
That
gnarly.
I'm not
And
gonna
I
lie.
love peanut butter, and I love peanut butter.
I stopped eating. I have
it's
well, not.
not-
I've stopped eating peanut butter not because it's
not.
like because I stopped eating it just because it has a lot of fat and like
gnarly.
I was cutting, but yeah,
Like I had like, also this is another thing too. You go to the grocery stores, bro. There's like almost no sweets, and the sweets that they do have, bro, is like way less sugar, way less sweeteners than anything you would have here. Like
mm-hmm.
the one thing that they do have that's really popular is Norwegian candy,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
Did you try some?
well, it was tough because I didn't even know this, but Sierra knew about it before she went. There's been a trend going viral on TikTok about Norwegian candy, which I had no idea about. And so Americans are literally buying all the candy over there for like outrageous prices. So every grocery store we went into, all the ones that were popular were completely sold out. Like
Yeah.
no candy at all.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Hey,
Um,
another way, America, just greedy fuckers.
So
Because like, if you dude, the way other countries look at America is like very very bad.
it's
Like
insane.
we're
Yeah.
stupid Americans.
We're
like
dumb as hell, bro.
like they don't like us.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that think that way, and I live here.
Yeah, I agree.
No, there's a lot of people in America that think.
I'm like I don't represent this country at all. I hate this country.
Well, that's valid.
Like I'm the same way, bro.
I would
bro.
definitely say you're
Everyone
not
in here is
representative.
stupid. Everyone's stupid.
No, everyone is dumb as fuck. Like actually,
Well, I wouldn't say
About
say
it.
dumb. They're
No,
ignorant.
no,
They're
yeah.
ignorant.
And we're also
Nah,
like Mikey,
they're dumb.
or like
They're dumb.
where Mikey, like Mikey's
Ignorant.
like a lot of other people where everybody's against each other. Like we're so fucking against each
Yes.
other.
Yeah,
in our own
but that is a
country.
prime example of like Mikey's like fuck everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you guys are dumb, like not wanting to come together, and you're doing it in a different way.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing it because I feel like everything I believe in and stuff is the right way we should be living.
Well, so does everyone.
nah, I don't think so.
Well, not everyone, but most of the time, the way people
I'm saying,
believe is the way they
with
think is
I'm saying
right.
with
Yeah.
everything.
Oh
Like,
well, yeah.
like humans should be preserving the earth.
Yep.
That's like our.
Yep.
I feel like that's the
Yep.
main goal of
Yep.
humans. We
Yep.
should be preserving earth and
Yep.
living healthy.
Yep.
Like we shouldn't be.
Well,
I don't know what-
the last one. Like
Yeah, I was about to say that's kind of blasphemy because your diet is Dr. Pepper,
it's
Mountain
true.
Dew.
It sounds goofy, but it's like that's an addiction, bro.
But he's
Yeah,
just
no,
talking
I know,
about
I
as a
know.
whole.
No.
He's just talking about as a
No,
whole.
I agree.
Not
No,
him.
exactly. It's the same.
for
It's
sure.
it's just an addiction that's not to like
For
heroin or some
Oh,
shit.
yeah,
It's to
yeah.
the sugar in the stuff they
People
add.
never call it an addiction because
Yes.
that's not an addiction. You
Yeah.
know.
Well,
People
because
think
addiction's
it's-
frowned upon. Like saying you're addicted to something, people
But-
think there's something wrong with you.
That's another thing wrong with people saying it's like that's like me saying I'm not addicted to weed. I'm addicted to weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's wrong with people.
Yeah, no, they judge. They're way too quick to judge. They're hard on everybody
Oh.
else except themselves.
Yeah, they're quick to judge people and they are sensitive as a mug.
Yep.
Well, that's the thing I noticed there too, bro. Like
It's
when I heard
bad.
people talk to each other, bro, like, they're firm, they're blunt, they're right to but it's not in an.
But it's in
insult.
a respectful
Yeah,
way.
it's not like someone's like attacking you like you for your like parents or something. It's like
People, it's straight
you can't-
disrespect over
you,
here.
You can't say anything to anyone here without someone being like, "Oh my god," and their feelings getting hurt. Like,
Yes.
Yeah, I'm triggered.
Or they're coming at you.
because
You know what I mean?
obviously I can't. I've been using Europe as an example. I can't.
'Cause that's where
speak
you're
on-
from.
Yeah, I can't.
We're not from,
I
but where you
can't
went.
speak on all of Europe because I'm sure there's different nuances and different spots. But I can only speak on Norway, right?
Yeah.
If someone's gonna say something to you bluntly, right to the point, or whatever it is, it's gonna be because they want you to be better in some aspect of whatever conversation. they're
Right.
talking about.
They,
Not
it's
to
it's
insult
it's
you
like
or to-
tough love
or to
kind
bring you
of.
down. It's like
That's me. Just saying. When I tell you all this shit, it's all my boys, and I want you to know.
no, that's fair. That's fair.
That's valid.
But you know what I mean, though. It's like out of love. Like I think you can be reaching your potential in this way or whatever it is.
Right.
And the person who's receiving the criticism can also reciprocate it in a positive way, not go
Yeah.
and tell their boys like, "Oh my god, this dude's being mean to me," or like, "Oh,
Yeah.
now I'm gonna be depressed and go in my room and not do anything." Like it's like,
Yeah, like they hate me. Like it's not like they it's just their culture. It's
and I
like
don't
that's the way it is.
And I don't necessarily like blame the people who are taking the criticism here for acting that way. I think that's just the way they've been molded because of the way America works, right?
Yes.
Like,
well, people tell you that you're supposed to treat certain people a certain way.
Yep.
So
Mikey, does that say Green Bay versus Chicago?
you just watch Chicago, bro.
yeah.
No, I know. I'm wondering if that's a highlight or
No,
if
it's
that.
Arizona. It's Arizona.
Okay, so that might be right now.
Of course it is.
I have
Yeah.
Jaden Reed who just scored a
But-
touchdown. Shout
but
out
yeah,
Jaden
like-
Reed.
I'm not with all the soft shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like I have no problem being respectful to people, but I just don't like when people use it as a sympathy or all that shit. Like they're like, feel bad for me kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Well, people in this country, and I won't lie, sometimes I even find myself doing it. People like people to feel bad for them.
For sure.
Yeah.
Everyone's probably had.
I
some
mean,
instance
if
like that,
you're hard
Sure.
enough on yourself and you're real enough with yourself, all of us have probably done it.
I'm sure, but like people
But there's
use
people
it.
there's people that do it much more frequently than
Yes,
others.
that's what my point. Like they do it excessively, not because it's a one. Like
And sometimes
once
they
in a
kind of make
while
up
thing or
bullshit to
whatever.
make you feel bad for them.
Yeah,
When
that
it's
too.
not that's not the way it is.
exactly
They just
my
want you to feel bad for them because it makes them feel validated,
Yes.
and so they'll just make up whatever they can say.
Impulsive, too.
Yeah.
Like they'll twist things to make it feel bad for you more.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also cool too. Like, so there's a cool stat that I learned.
There's also one more
Hey,
thing.
keep on.
There's also a lot of people who are straight followers, and I can't stand that either.
Yes.
Yeah, they
Like-
want to be somebody else rather than themselves.
Well, no, that's not what I mean. Like when someone
Just
says
follow
something,
everything
yes.
that they hear.
when someone says something, if you go against it, you are the enemy.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like if you don't follow them, then
That, I mean, that's a prime example of our politics. That's
Really?
a prime example of our
Yeah, like, if
politics.
you don't believe what I believe, just because I believe what I believe in is
Yeah, that's fair.
like, the truth. Like,
That's fair.
yeah.
compared to whereas other people like believe in like.
No, but
we
Rhodes
talk
is more
about
Rhodes is
stuff.
more talking about like whatever someone says, like is like the people, like not the person talking. It's like the people that go
Yeah.
like Donald Trump, for example. This is just an example. Whatever Donald Trump says, that's
Yes.
the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you don't believe that, you're wrong
Yeah.
without looking into it. No matter
Right.
what he says, they're just like, that's
and
the
no,
truth.
and it's also the people that don't even know if they believe it. They just follow it because everyone else does it.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
it's
They-
a
they
herd
don't-
mentality.
They don't think for themselves. It's like that's
Because
lame.
it's hard. It takes effort to go look up actual facts for
That's-
things
that's
and
true.
find sources that are reasonable.
That's true. That's true.
And again, that's another way people outside of America look at us. Is they look at us as lazy as fuck.
Yeah.
We are very, very lazy here.
I feel
Speaking
like we're very distracted.
speaking of lazy, so I moved into the apartment. So I was in a hotel for a week, and then they found me an apartment, so I moved in the apartment. But it was a funny situation because there wasn't a bunch of spots open for rent. So this family owned their house, and they had turned their basement into a 1-bedroom apartment for their kids after they graduated high school. But they're older and already at the house, so they were like, okay, we'll rent out the downstairs 1-bedroom apartment to the club.
Okay.
So I moved in, and so I'm talking to the lady who owns the house, and there's a washer there. Obviously, I can't read any of the fucking labels because they're all in Norwegian, so all I can see is the timer, like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, whatever.
What does it look like?
A washer is kind of
No, not the washer, the language. Like the written language.
Oh, dude.
Like the characters, do they look...
It's like
It's the same.
kinda.
It's all the
do you
same.
have your phone on you?
It's the same
I just
letters.
want you to like look up what Norwegian characters
same
look like
letters.
just so I can see.
I've
Because
seen
I'm
it
just
before.
genuinely curious.
It
I've never
is
seen that.
similar. It is similar, but
It's obviously different because it's not
Yeah.
American.
I'll show you.
like the O's
Okay,
got
okay,
like
okay.
slashes through them.
So, like, for example,
stuff.
when I said,
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
have seen that.
Yeah.
when I mentioned Floyen, when I went on top of the mountain,
Mhm.
like the O there has a line.
Slash.
Yeah,
through,
yeah. It's like that. It's similar though. I've seen it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I know a little bit.
Some words you can kind of like every so often I would see a word and it'd be kind of similar to English, so I could kind of translate it. But
Yeah.
for the most part, you can't.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm seeing it and I'm like, okay, I can't read any of this shit. Like, her name is Petra, and I'm like, yo, Petra, like, how am I gonna do laundry? Like,
I don't know what I'm doing.
and so I had this bag of laundry from the weekend when I was at the hotel. So I started loading it in. Bro, when I tell you, she literally looked at me and she was like like
She
this,
was
bro, like so astonished. And I'm like, I'm looking back at her and I'm like, am I doing something wrong? And she's like, you just put all the clothes together? Like, you just put them in there? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, you don't separate whites and reds and
that
colors
we don't do that anymore.
and
We don't do
underwears.
that
No,
anymore.
I just shove all the shit.
That's the way I do it. Like, it used to be like, well, because now clothes are made differently. Because like you used to like put one piece, like one thing that was red and with anything that was white, and it would mess it up. Now it's not a thing.
Yeah.
But and that's like, it's nice because I do the same thing because I don't want to have to separate clothes and like colors and stuff, and like this is like there's certain things.
Really?
Yeah. See, Mikey's way more advanced than us with laundry.
Yeah.
Because there's things that like are obviously like more expensive clothing, like a suit or something. You obviously don't just throw in the washer, but like for me, socks, pants, golf clothes,
everything, bro.
red, white, black, green,
everything,
all go together.
Everything, bro.
See, like baseball pants, I feel like would always get like if you had white baseball pants with like a red sock in there, it would always like
stain it.
Yeah. It was. They started to change the way they made like the red color dyes specifically in this circumstance, so that way like
so
they
funny.
wouldn't.
Dude,
they wouldn't stain clothes.
Bro,
anymore.
what are you?
And gang, she was like eyeing me like this, bro, and I was like so uncomfortable because this is the first time I met her, bro. So this is like I had just moved in like an hour ago. I'm like, yo, I need to do laundry. Like, help me. And I can just feel her because like I'm putting it in, but I can like feel her on my shoulder, like right here, and she's just like, that's just how she does. I'm just like, bro, what is going on?
And then was she like, what is that?
I was just saying an hour 30.
What did she say? Like, did she say anything about it besides that?
And she was like, that's what you guys do, and I was like, yeah, and she's like, oh, that's different. You could tell she was like really like astonished at what I was doing, but she didn't want to be.
I thought you were about to be like. She's
so
like, why are you putting that many clothes in my washer? You're gonna break it.
Disgusted, bro.
That's funny.
That was like my mom the first time I used that little mini washer and dryer. She was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What?" She was like, "You're supposed to separate your white."
Yeah, no, I can't. That's too much work.
So
like for me, it gets pretty clean.
Another thing that was crazy too. So when I checked into the hotel, got back from practice late that night, and I'm looking around the room. And I'm like, yo, I gotta charge my phone.
Is it like a different outlet?
Yes, bro. So I'm looking around the room, and I'm literally looking at Sierra, and I'm like, I know I'm jet lagged. I know I'm. Oh, we got.
Yeah, I got it. All right.
You'll cut it.
131.
Yeah, just cut it.
Yeah,
I know I'm stupid, but I'm like, I'm not this stupid, bro. Like, there's no way. I'm looking around the whole room and I cannot find an outlet, but I can see these little like holes, not holes, but like there's like little circle like pods around the room. I'm like, okay, what the fuck is that? So I look it up. You need like a separate adapter that goes into the wall before you can plug our ports into that. And the reason for that is because when it comes to electricity, they're way more efficient over there. Like when we go to plug something in, bro, the amount of electricity we actually use to like turn on that TV or turn on these lights, bro, is actually insane. Like actually fucking insane. Yeah. And so their systems are a lot different. So the only way for us to actually plug our stuff into their adapters, you have to get like a separate port.
So that's like the whatever they have in the wall, like the port that you have to put in. That's like it's not directly in the wall, so that's why it doesn't use as much.
It's like, for example, like we have I'll show you after. Like, you know how we have the 2 prongs?
Yeah.
Sometimes with an adapter, they'll have the third little prong on the bottom. They have that, but it's a different shape and it goes in a different way.
And it's circular.
It's circular, yeah. And the only way for us to get it into the wall is to have an adapter that has circular prongs to go into their wall. Yeah. But then it has our normal adapter with our 2 prongs that can go into the adapter. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. That's complicated, but it makes sense.
It's crazy. And so I bring a blender, right? Because I'm like, I like to make smoothies. I like to make like a protein shake after I work out. So I had packed a blender with me from here to bring there because I wasn't trying to buy another blender. So I get there. I'm like, all right, bet I had to buy an adapters, whatever. So I'm on the phone with Fu. I turn on the blender. Like 5 seconds after I turn it on, I see this like little light underneath the blender, and I'm like, "The fuck is that?" So I'm like, "That's cool, it's whatever." Talk to Fu. Like another 5 seconds goes by. I'm like, "Why does it smell like burning rubber?" I lift up the fucking blender, bro. It's literally a fire. I started a fire underneath the blender. I had just moved into the apartment the day before, bro. So I literally only been there for 24 hours. The whole fucking top of the counter completely fried, bro. Big ass burnt stain. It's like completely black. You can't even scrub it off. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, this is insane, dude.
And this is in the hotel?
No, this is in the apartment, bro. So this is like at this girl's crib. Like, I can't fix that. Like, you have to call someone in to come like reshave it, resand it, repaint it, repolish it. Like, I'm like, fuck, dude. So that was
how did that go?
Well, I told her before I left. I was like, hey man, like, or I didn't say hey man. I was like, you know, like, I'm sorry, but like, you know, I started a fire. Like, she looked at me like so, like, it's like, again, she's just like, oh, like you're a dumb American, you know, like this is crazy, like it's literally fucking American, like this is insane. But she was cool with it, and then the club ended up paying for it, so it's fine.
Oh,
But
All right. But all right, we're getting to be pretty long in this episode, so you got the top 4 today since Evan blessed you up last time. So what you got?
top 4 Big Brother players. I'm kidding.
I love that.
That's actually not bad, right?
that's a good one, actually.
That is a good one. But
We'll do top 4 Big Brother. I like that one.
for
All
this
right.
season or ever? Because
I haven't watched enough
Oh,
Big Brother.
ever?
I haven't watched enough.
I
so
know
we
who my
have to do
number
this
one would be.
season. Well, number one's got to be Dan.
Not for me.
Oh my God!
I didn't watch Dan.
Oh,
Oh, really? You should have won both times. It's
Yeah,
facts.
bro. All right, so for the top 4 Big Brother players this season,
Yeah, it can be a mixture of skill, favorite player, like just anything. Doesn't have to
Okay.
be like best players.
all right,
Just
Rhodes,
top
you
4
can
favorite
start it
players.
off.
That can be
But
part of it.
remember, I'm still a week behind, so don't say like give away shit. That
Well, how does this give? This doesn't give away anything.
Top 4 players. Yeah.
no. I'm saying, but don't say like because so and so did this
Oh.
this last week.
Yeah, I'll just say the people.
Okay,
Okay, so my number.
in order, and you're gonna go 4 to 1 or 1 to 4.
I'll go 4 to 1 because that's cooler. Who does 1 to 4?
Yeah. Okay.
So, okay, number 4, I would say.
I gotta think.
Yeah, I'm thinking too. I say 4 is Tucker because that dude was a beast. Got to give him his credit. He won, but he was just crazy.
He was really good.
He was crazy.
He's just crazy.
But he was so entertaining.
He was so
Like,
entertaining.
he made the show really awesome.
Very entertaining. I think he was. Obviously he's a comp threat and all that stuff. So I would say 4 for him. But he didn't have. Well, he didn't give a shit, but he didn't have the social aspect.
Yeah, he didn't.
He just straight ruined relationships. He did not care. He was coming for your neck. So you gotta
Facts.
take that into consideration. And then I would say, it's kind of tough. I kind of want to move. I kind of want to move Tucker to 3, and I'll put Leah 4. I say Leah 4 because I kind of want to give Angela credit too.
Shut the fuck up.
No,
I
but
low-key was
Shut
thinking
the
about
fuck
it, but
up.
like,
Shut the fuck up,
hear
bro.
my logic on
No,
Angela.
no.
Hear the Angela
bro.
logic though.
No.
Hear the
bro.
Angela
I
logic.
hope some of y'all watching have watched Big Brother this year, because then you understand why my reaction is like.
I didn't say I like her. I did not say that.
no,
She's a
I
freaking
see what
psycho.
you're saying.
But I'm gonna put her as the
Stop.
bonus number 5. Okay.
Okay.
Because-
That's fine. Do whatever you want. It's tough.
Because I have to give her respect. She got off the block many times, not on her own doing.
Because she's so bad to the point where she was the.
That's the thing about this season of Big Brother is this season might be filled with the worst cast ever, like skill wise. They are terrible at the game. Like Cam is literally getting asked, like, "Are you intentionally throwing comps?" Because he's so shit.
Yeah, it's
like
pretty bad.
it's bad.
But she won. She did win.
Okay, that's
She
fair.
did win.
So she was
things.
like,
she did.
she
Are you
was
talking
act-
about Angela?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I got to give her respect. But I say Leah 4 because she played a really good social game, and I think she was very likable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, she would have made it to the end if Mackenzie wasn't an idiot and got out one of her allies. Who does
Yeah,
that? Why would
yeah.
you get your ally out? That makes
Fair.
no
'Cause
sense.
It's Chelsea, bro.
But yeah, okay. And then 2, I have Mackenzie.
Okay.
So Leah, Tucker. I say Tucker above just because he was such a beast.
Okay. So Leah 4, Tucker 3, Mackenzie 2.
Mackenzie 2, and then
then-
Chelsea 1.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Okay.
easy. That's so easy for me.
So is this your 4 best players or 4 favorite players?
Best.
Yeah.
Best, not
That's what I
favorite.
was gonna do 4 best. If I did
Yeah.
4 favorite,
Oh,
mine
you
would be
don't-
way different.
Me too.
That's what I thought we were doing.
Oh, 4 favorite?
Oh,
I thought-
favorite?
I thought
Oh no,
we were
I do
doing-
best.
All right. You want to do best?
We can do
Just 'cause you
favorite
already did
too.
it?
We do best. Let's
We
do 2 lists. We'll do 2 lists.
Yeah,
All right.
we
So
do
now do
two.
your favorite.
My favorite. 4 would probably be Tucker. He was very entertaining. I
Okay.
actually really like. I didn't like when he came after Cedric because I thought it was stupid, but he was so entertaining.
Yeah.
3 would be. Ooh, this is tough. Can I put 2 people at 3?
Well, you no. You get 4 people.
Because they're like the same.
Don't tell me you're about to say Joseph.
Fuck no. Fuck no. Joseph is like in the back of the line. I can't
16?
stand Joseph. Joseph sucked, bro. I don't like him at all. I would say. I would say Mackenzie 3.
Okay.
I thought in Janky World she was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, she was.
She was so funny. And then 2, I would have Cam because I like Cam. I
Yeah,
think
I
I just
agree.
I just fuck with his
agree,
vibe. I like him.
I like him.
And then one Leah, because it's Leah.
She's bad.
Sugar.
She's bad.
Leah, my number one.
And guess who ended up
Shit.
getting her?
Yeah, it's
Curly hair Joe.
That's crazy.
Not Joe,
But she's
Oh,
into
it's-
but
it's
she's
one-
but she's
yeah,
into
it's a name.
but she's into blubs, bro. She likes
That's
fatties.
why-
She's a chubby chaser.
She's a
but
chubby
ends up with
chaser.
a fucking. Never mind.
Yeah. Anyways.
What is he? What is he?
He's a curly haired guy.
But no, it's crazy though.
All right, so I'll go.
But yeah, for sure. She's my number one.
So I'll go. I'll start with best. I think that number 4, T-Core played a really great game. I think she did. I think
agree.
she just got exposed early because she was in
Yep.
a
a
big
good one.
alliance.
It's a good one.
Yeah, that's fair.
3, I'd put Tucker because I think he was good at the game. I think he was just too aggressive.
Yes.
Like, I think back in the day, people would have really rocked with him, but, like, we
Yeah.
talk about now. Like, now, America's kind of soft.
He had a reckless abandonment, bro. That's
Yeah.
why he got out.
So then people were like, no, we can't rock with you. You're too aggressive. And then 2, I would put... I'm torn, but then you bring up me remembering Chelsea telling Mackenzie to get out Leah, which catapults catapults Chelsea above Mackenzie for me. So my 2 is Mackenzie. Number 1 for me is Chelsea.
Yeah.
My
like
favorite is 4 is Matt. I actually liked Matt. I
Yeah.
just didn't get to see him enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's cool.
And he got hoed in the beginning because crazy guy.
Crazy guys.
Who else? I like Mackenzie, so I'll put her at 3. Number 2 for me is Cam because I rocked with Cam since day one. I'm like, that's the guy I'm gonna like, and I'm starting to like him less because he's actually not good at the game at all.
Shout out my dogs.
Shout out my dogs in the crib. Like
Yeah.
every time I see that.
I think
And
Cam
then
is more our vibe. That's why we
Tucker
like
is
him.
my favorite player.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like when he left the show got less entertaining.
That's
And if he doesn't win America's favorite,
Yeah.
I'd be
you are
surprised.
wrong.
I'd be surprised if he
you
didn't
are
win that.
wrong. This season,
26.
right now.
It's 26.
Yeah.
Yeah. The finales tonight.
They're doing castings for season 27.
I know they are. I want to do it, but I'm like, I can't drop out. I want to wait to apply.
But what
'cause
if
if I
you
get
win?
in now, it's like I don't want to I can't not
But
go
what
to
if
Big
you
Brother,
win?
but I can't leave dental school. That's $100,000.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know what I mean?
What's
Yeah.
the prize though after Brother?
750,000.
Yeah.
So I think I actually think I could win.
Pay that out?
With
But it's
taxes.
But then it's
California.
taxed, it's
California.
taxed,
yeah.
it's
It's
taxed.
California
Yeah,
tax
you
too,
do.
bro.
You apply with like 10 friends, right? You rig it.
Yeah.
Well, that's not how it works. They would
That's
have to do it
not,
back.
like I just apply and I'm like, yo, everyone in Concord apply, and then 5 of us from Concord will get it. They'll be like, no.
Nah, then, yeah.
No, they'd be
Yeah,
like, no, because they have there's a system. There's certain people that need to be. There's certain types of people that need to be casted.
I
In
know,
certain
I know,
areas,
I know.
they want, like-
some fat guy, then they want like the best fit.
All right, yeah.
No, but
yes,
that's actually
yes.
true.
It is 100%
It is
true.
true.
Because if you look at the cast historically, there's certain characteristics that you can find in the seasons where it's like at least one person
Everybody's
is kind
different,
of
bro.
like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every season's slightly different, but like you know what I'm talking about. If
Yeah.
you watch Big Brother, you know exactly what I'm saying.
They got different characters on there.
Yes. All right, Scott. Best 4 players of this season.
You might have the exact same list as me, bro. T-Core at 4, Tuck at 5, Tuck at 3, Mackenzie at 2, and Chelsea at 1. Although I'm
Okay.
kind of leaning towards Mackenzie being the best player in my personal opinion.
I only put Chelsea above
Oof.
because she was able to manipulate Mackenzie
Nah.
to get Leah out,
Yeah, that's
which
crazy.
did not benefit
That-
Mackenzie
that's
at
crazy.
all.
I agree.
It benefited
Scotty, that's
only
crazy.
Chelsea.
That's
is
crazy,
true.
Scotty.
That is true.
So that's what catapults her above. But I will say
Fair.
Mackenzie, I think, is a better comp threat.
Yes, I agree.
And I will say, I think people don't give enough credit. I think now in Big Brother, they're way more about social game. I personally value winning competitions more than social game.
Me too.
I can't stand Joseph. That's why I don't like him. That's why I don't like him. He's a
But
straight.
Bro's actually not
He's
good
a
at the
straight
game.
bum, and he thinks he's so good at the
Yeah.
game.
He did.
And I mean, he got out before jury, so.
Yeah,
did.
exactly. He
That's
thought he was so good, and then he's gone that week.
All right, so now your favorite.
Favorite 4. See, I have my 2 top favorites right now.
Okay.
I have my first 3, but I don't have my 4. That's why I gotta.
Okay.
We're going worst to best.
And if you guys haven't watched Big Brother, highly recommend.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a big reality TV guy, but I
Spoilers.
love this show. Yeah, so
It is very good.
You don't watch this season unless you want to get spoiled. But every summer, bro, Big Brother must watch.
I'd say 4 Mackenzie,
Okay.
3 Cam, 2 Kenny. I loved Kenny, bro.
Kenny was a
I
dog.
loved
Kenny was a
Kenny,
dog.
I loved Kenny, bro.
I forgot about Kenny.
And 1 Tucker.
That's valid. Yeah,
That's
no, I like Kenny. I think Kenny would sneak in at my 5.
Kenny, that's my dog.
I forgot about
I
Kenny.
think I would put Cedric 5. I like Cedric.
I like Cedric a lot too.
He was cool, bro.
Yeah. Actually, no, good point. I would replace Mackenzie with Cedric.
So
at
Cedric 4.
I think Cedric would just stand out. That's why I liked him. He kept it real.
You do.
Yeah.
He just got in an unfortunate place.
Well, he started to.
It was not his fault though.
He did. He should have.
You ain't the damn HOH. Tucker is not the HOH.
What happened to him?
Yeah, he went
paid for
home,
it.
but that's
He
not
paid
his.
for it, but he paid
That's
for
what I'm
it.
saying. Unfortunate that Tucker just decided to go all out on him. It's not
Yeah.
his fault though.
It is though. It is.
It's
You know-
not. He
you know-
told him he wasn't gonna do it.
But
He
you
told
know,
him he wasn't gonna do
but
it.
you know he's the biggest threat in the game, and you're going against him. You're going against his wishes.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It was a $750,000 mistake.
Mm-hmm. Could have been.
But he also told him he wasn't gonna do it. Like he
Oh,
told
yeah,
him.
well, I will say he did tell Tucker, like, yo,
Yes.
like, I'm not gonna do what you want me to do. So
Exactly.
I would use it on yourself.
Oh, I'm not agreeing with.
No, I know.
I'm just saying, you know that the best player in the game is going
Cedric
against you.
should
I
have just
probably
done-
wouldn't have taken my chances.
Yeah, Cedric probably should have done what Tucker wanted, if I'm being
Because
honest.
you're too
no.
too early into the game, bro.
I wouldn't have done that because he would have. He was trying to go after. Who was he trying to go after? I can't remember.
I don't even remember.
Quinn.
Yeah.
was trying to
Why
take
would
off-
he do that? Why would he go after one of his
Well-
allies? I would never. You don't do that.
Hindsight 2020, he got out the next.
He
Cedric
did.
was out the next week, so I mean, getting out Quinn hopefully might have gotten him more than one extra week.
Yeah, but you say that now, but in that moment, I wouldn't.
Well, yeah, hindsight
I'm-
2020, like I
exactly,
said.
Yeah, exactly. Cedric made the right decision. It just didn't work out in his favor, unfortunately. That's
Yeah.
you don't get your allies out. That's why Mackenzie's an idiot. Why would you get
That's
Leah
facts.
out?
I completely agree.
That was the craziest thing I ever seen, dog, in this season. I was like, oh my god. Bro, she had her back 100%.
She did.
Yeah, that was absurd.
She did.
Like, I liked Mackenzie, but that was very
No,
dumb.
there was somebody
So
else that
much.
like put up one of their allies as like, I can't remember.
Yeah,
what it
Quinn
was.
did it. He put Cedric up. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
no, maybe
So
it
he
was.
should have. So even hindsight's even worse.
Yeah,
he should have put
Quinn ended up getting his
Well,
ass
no,
out.
because he thought they were in the fucking alliance together.
Dude, I think it's just common sense, bro. You just don't put up your allies.
No,
Like,
you don't. You never risk them.
you just don't be dumb.
And he wasn't going after him. He was trying to do it so Tucker couldn't win.
Well, yeah.
Stupid though. you don't put Tucker up, but you put someone else up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude, golly, these people they're either super paranoid. Like I'm not in there, so I can't really
Well,
judge.
no, these people just suck at the game. They're
yeah,
trash.
it
Well,
does
I
seem
also-
like that.
I
It does
also-
seem like
You
that.
need to get Andrew in there, bro.
For real. No, dude, like that the BB comic,
You would
I
blow
have
up.
the
You would blow up and kill someone.
No.
Yes,
The
you
BB
would.
no, listen.
Angela week 1 for
Bro, he
Andrew.
would-
I would have freaked out on Angela. But no,
Crazy.
the BB comic, I have the strategy to win that game. Like if I went and played BB comics against him, I would have got like 6 minutes.
It's cap.
I would have crushed. I promise you, I have the strategy.
It's cap.
I've thought about it, and I've seen how people played it and how people play it well, and I found out the strategy for that one competition.
Bro,
at
can
You
least.
got, you got the strategy.
Bro,
You
Cam-
ain't executing in 6
Bro,
minutes though.
how are you an athlete and you're gassed?
That was absurd.
How does that happen?
That was
That
the
was
fact that he even told people he took
He's
a
like,
break.
yeah, I took a break.
They're like,
yeah.
huh?
I was like,
Cam, the
yeah,
funniest guy, dude. He keeping it too real. I'm like, dude.
That's what I'm saying though. He's ass at the game of Big Brother.
Oh yeah, he's not good.
But all right,
I love it.
I want to thank you guys all for watching this video today. Hopefully you made it all the way to the end.
Guys.
Yeah, you
Oh,
guys.
thank you guys.
But yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, watching all the way to the end if you have. Give us ideas in the comments, a question you want us to ask, or people you want to see. And just make sure you guys smash that like and subscribe button. You guys have been killing it. We're on the road to 200 right now. We're like 10 away. So just keep blowing up our videos for us, and we love you all.
Throw them fours up, man.
Fours up, baby.
Yes,
4 TV.
sir.
We'll see you in the next one.